Hello, and welcome to another evening of Dice and Mimics. I am your DM, Paddy, and joining me tonight, as always, are this unruly group of reprobates that I call players.
Pardon me.
Joining me, as usual, we have Annette as Talia Darkthorn,
Hello, darlings.
Ben as both Valdizian and Urt,
Evening.
Steph as Vienna,
Hello.
Reese is back as Blossom to stop me killing the character, basically.
Oh.
And
Fence
we
is
have
now painted. I presume we only got halfway through it the last time. So. Fortunately, I didn't get dragged back into it.
Oh, good. And Aaron as Xandal.
Hello.
Before I get into recap, any announcements?
Yes, we do. So we've got our standard announcement where we just say thank you to all of the creators that make the tools that we use for our D&D game. So we use D&D Beyond for our character sheets so that we don't have to do the complicated maths. We've got Roll20, which we use for our maps.
Beyond 20.
No, Roll20.
Roll 20 for maps.
Yep. And Sirenscape for all our ambience and our music. So yeah, without them, it would be a lot harder to do our D&D session. Mute your mic. Because we're getting two sounds.
Mute.
Sorry. We're in the same room, so we're getting duplicate sounds. Our next... it's a slightly bigger announcement. Back maybe a decade ago, 2 decades ago, you might remember a very famous Tic Tac advert where it was all about shaking your Tic Tacs. Well, we're all going to shake our Click Clacks. Because the guys over at Mystery Dice Goblin have all sent us a set of dice to open. So we're probably going to go around the squares, starting with Paddy. He's going to open a set of dice and see what he's got. I think he's got a standard set of dice.
Yeah, I've got just the standard full set of matching polyhedral dice, mystery dice. Let's see what we've got. I do like nice new click clacks. See if I can use these to kill my players this evening. I mean, what? Ooh. Very nice shinies. Nice sort of smoky, almost quartzy effect on them.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Yes, I'll be using them tonight. See who they kill.
What's the first roll on the D20?
Hang on. Yeah, because apparently Ben spent 4 hours cursing these before he sent them to me. So that was a 6. And then a 4. So I think the curses hit quite well.
Better not curse mine. I'm cursed enough. Maybe I'll kill the curse.
On that note, we'll move over to Annette and see what set she's got.
Okay. I've got the mystery-filled dice. There should be a cool shit in these. I can open them. Let me in.
We wanted to open that for like 2 weeks.
Oh, sick. They got freaking eyes in them. It's like a... I don't know if you can see a little blue dragon eye.
Cool.
And then the D6 has got a green dragon eye. Got a pink one.
Well, these are being used for perception checks.
Oh, yeah. These are like, some weird shit. And then, yeah, so we've got little eyes in it. And the verdict... 14. And a nat 1.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Kind of sums me up in a one already there, isn't it? I roll high or I roll ones.
I, like Paddy, have got another set of the standard mystery dice. And I will see what colour I've got. Ooh. I've got like clear with like emerald green, like
Very nice.
colouring on the numbers. Let's get a D6. They've also got like some of them are half filled with green, and some of them are fully green.
I'd say make sure to hold them in front of you, not the green screen, because otherwise they're vanishing.
Yes. Actually, that's a very good way of showing it, so I'll do the same as what Annette's just done, if it will allow me.
Show the whole. There you go. Yeah. Oh, they're pretty.
And D20. Nat 20.
That's some bullshit. Second roll.
And a 3.
Okay.
There we go.
Guess we'll move round to Vienna. Well, Steph.
Hi. So I've got
you might
the mystery resin dice. There you go. That's what that looks like. Like Annette, I have been itching to open these. So
In feral for like a week and a half, staring at the bag like, let me open you.
ooh, okay. So I got sparklies, sparkly greens. They glitter.
Nice.
Very
Excuse
pretty.
talons. Yep.
First
So,
roll
yeah,
was
they are.
first and second D20 roll.
Okay. I got a 9 and a 19. There we go. So
Better than me. Then over to Reese.
Making Aaron wait until last.
Fine, I have food.
the horrendous mismatched dice.
Boo.
Boo. Chaos.
Punishment for missing a session at all.
If they would open. Oh god. D20 stuck in the packet. There we go. So I have all of these random colours.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That is very mismatched.
Hmm. They are. Oh Jesus! Not the most pleasant. It's not too bad. Not nice. Kind of white and blue.
That was quite nice.
Transparent, cloudy, blue and white. A thickly yellow and orange, if it would focus.
Please.
That is slice of cheese.
that's cheese.
Eee.
A clear pink one. I wish it would
I like the
focus
pink
Ready?
one. Yeah,
on
I see it.
the dice rather than on me. If I maybe go out of frame, is that going to help?
No.
Not really.
Well, you'll just
I
have
can see
to
them, I can see
imagine what
them.
these colours might be then. Oh, that one's not bad. Kind of galaxy, kind of purple.
It's like a
What's she,
spelljammer
D20
kind
roll?
of colour.
1 second. There's also this horrible spot of
Yeah, that one's weird.
Oh.
yeah.
That's like a blood hunter
Right.
roll dice.
Like a
That's
blood
not bad.
splatter.
Yeah, it's good.
That suits your character.
Don't particularly like the colour of it. And then we've got a plain green D20.
At least
Nice.
mine sparkle.
Classic's gonna classic.
And we have an 18 and a 13. So maybe
Oh,
they're
okay.
not too bad at rolling, despite the colour of them.
And that's it. Okay, right, let's move on. I can't open it.
Last
Yeah,
but not least.
Last
but not
one.
least,
That's the
What
bag.
bag have you got?
I got the mystery dice and pin. So it's always,
Ooh.
I always enjoy a nice little pin. So let's get this opened up. And we shall see. Oops. Awesome today. Right. Ooh. So
Be
I
confused
have.
with the other sets of dice you bought this week.
Yeah, I've been buying no end. Just a little dice shower, dice bag, all sorts. So I've got a nice little sort of like fluorescent white set. So let's do my first 2 rolls. So a 12 and an 8.
Pretty
And
average.
yeah. And for my nice little pen, a nice little guy holding out a brain. Hey, you dropped this. So that's
Seems very appropriate for our group.
It does. It really does. I think it suits us perfectly. We may need it at some point.
Yes.
That's my dice.
So yeah, thank you, Mystery Dice Goblin.
Hold them in your hand. Hold the whole
Yes,
lot.
thank you very much.
I think we're going to get one last view of Aaron's dice before. Oh, we can all do it.
Yeah. Hang on. Yeah.
Still not focusing.
We can see them. We can see them.
What's the shit?
Yeah, it's just a thank you to Mystery Dice Goblins for sending them out. Mainly because we're kind of partnering with them, and they are giving you 10% off your first order at Mystery Dice Goblins, and that's like site-wide. All you have to do is go to their website and use the link, or use the code Dice and Mimics. And yeah,
All one word.
all one word. Yeah, but yeah, they do awesome stuff, and not just dice. They do other things on the website as well.
They do towers and dice trays and stuff as well.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks, and that's pretty
As
much.
shown by Aaron.
That's pretty much everything. Over to you, Paddy.
Okay, so last session, the party made their way through from the glass tower through the Radiant Desert, heading towards the Drake Crag Mountains. They encountered some sand spiders that certain members of the party called bullshit enemies that the DM should never have pulled out of the book. DM thought they were very clever enemies, but apparently he got outvoted by his players. At the end of the day, though, DM is God, so haha. Anyway,
I
They
thought
then
they were
found-
very good enemies, although I am not sad that I missed the spiders.
yeah. We then had an encounter with a old obelisk where members of the party gained a blessing to use
Naked.
at their discretion. Yes, they all got naked as usual. I don't understand this party. They all just seem to want to get naked all the time. It's like, whatever. They then also found an oasis to spend a hot part of the day at to relax and rest. After that, they then got out of the desert and to the foot of the Drake Crags, seeing two potential entrances, one being a river far to the south, or closer but still a good distance away, the beginning of what looked like a road up to the north. The party chose to go to the north, going to the Dragon Arch, but deciding to camp about an hour and a half's walk away. Early on in the morning, after their rest that night, they heard a loud crashing sound. Upon breaking camp and going to investigate, they discovered a cart had thrown a wheel, and that cart was owned by a dwarf named Ultgard Blackaxe. The party helped him with his cart, mended the wheel, and then he asked whether they were going to basically the same place he was going, the Jeweled City in the Golden Mountain. The party didn't actually know that's where they were going, but when he described it as being the lair of an evil black dragon, they realized this was their destination. They agreed, and Ultgard offered them 2,000 gold to basically travel with them, as having them as an escort as such, explaining that he was here to do preliminary map and scouting for a future expedition coming from the City of Blades, even name dropping Dergris as the organizer of the expedition. The party then began traveling along the old trade road. They went past a large chasm full of purple worms that originally was used as a refuse dump, and the purple worm population carefully controlled by the dwarves of the Jeweled City. However, with the dwarves of the Jeweled City now being gone, that purple worm population has flourished unchecked. So they had to carefully make their way past. Once past, however, they then began to travel through a tunnel, bored through the mountainside, and whilst doing so, encountered a form of deep, underdark gas that poisoned and exhausted certain members of the party as they went through. Unfortunately, this later proved to be their downfall when further on in the day they were traveling through a cutout between two peaks, and a number of faceless assassins attacked them. It was a long and hard-fought battle with certain members of the party going down multiple times to poisoned blades and crossbow bolts.
Should have
But-
let me die.
But
Strong
uh,
queen.
but eventually the party prevailed and even managed to capture one alive. Unfortunately, one also escaped. They intended to interrogate this captured faceless agent, but upon removing a gag from his mouth, he immediately loosened a false tooth, bit on it, and poisoned himself. However, Talia did not allow this to stop them and cast Speak with Dead to ask 5 questions. Getting their answers to these 5 questions, they then had a small interaction where apparently Shade possessed from a distance the body of this agent and delivered a warning that he now knows they are there and that he is ready for them. The party continued on until nightfall, made camp, rested without issue, and then come the next morning they began to prepare for the next leg of the journey, with Ultgard informing them that if they make good time, they should make Bratari's tears today. And that is where we pick up, as you guys are preparing to head off from your camp and continue along the old Dwarven Road.
I have long rested and I am not better by much.
You'll be
I'm better.
fine. Just ride on the Pegasus.
Yeah, stick with Artax Mark II.
You're not really calling it Mark II. It's still Pegasus. It's just
Still
evolved.
Artax. Yeah.
Mac.
Yeah. So,
Artax
Only
Plus.
no, just Artax.
Artax Maximus.
We killed him there.
Killed myself.
It's like a brand
Um,
of rubber adornment to be.
Inhaled my drink.
Sorry.
Yeah. Good
You
times.
lot have been part of this party longer than me. That voice that came from the dude yesterday. I assume. this
Oh,
is
yes, that's
what
Shade.
he's
He's a
talking about.
piece of shit. We've been hunting him for a long time.
Okay.
He's bad news. Probably Rixoli's right-hand man. Most likely. So, high up in the faceless hierarchy.
Ultgard just sort of looks at you and goes, I've got no clue about any of that, but
Big bad.
Okay.
That's all you need to know.
well, I'm assuming, are they going to the Jeweled City as well?
They're going after something that the dragon has in his hoard.
I mean, that's why most adventurers go to any place with a dragon lair.
But this item, if
Let's just say it's bigger
we
than
tell
anything.
him, end of the world. If they're all gathered together, yeah, not good. So we need to get at least one. They
Oh.
already have 3, and yeah, we don't
Okay.
have any. So bad news.
Right, okay. Again, I don't pretend to know anything about that. I'm maybe an adventurer, but I'm not as big as all of you, and I'm mainly just here to, draw maps.
You are quite short.
Wow, racist much.
What? He's
It
short.
I'm so.
How is
is,
stating
uh,
facts racist? I'm dead. So
As the shortest
Medium lover?
person in this group, I take offense.
he's
know what?
smaller. Yeah.
You know what?
I'm
You can ride on me cart. Come on, hop on. Okay. As you begin setting off, Ultgard goes, so, do any of you know any of the lore around these mountains?
Not really. No.
Do you want to know, or shall I just shut up?
Yeah, why not? Knowing the terrain is or the history is a good thing.
So, as you know, these are the Drake Crags. They're always been famous for housing dragons. It's perfect habitat for most kinds of dragons. But at one point it was home to a great gold dragon back just after the calamity, actually. A ancient gold dragon by the name of Dotaris.
Oh, that's a cool name.
And they kept the other dragons in line. They let them obviously live here, but they kept them from causing any trouble. After the calamity, though, a lot of the cities out there on the plains, down in the lowlands and so forth, were decimated, absolutely ruined, and refugees were everywhere. And one group of dwarf refugees came into the mountains, searching for a home. Eventually, they came across a massive ravine with a waterfall, which was the center of Dratari's lair. Dratari approached them and asked them to leave. They were building a road in his domain, in his territory. He was outraged. How dare they come here and do this without his permission? And then a woman stepped forward. She wasn't the leader of this group. She wasn't the strongest. She wasn't the fastest. She wasn't the best smith. She was just a woman. But she came forward and she pled their case. She spoke about the chaos in the lowlands. She spoke about their want for safety, for the ability to build a new life for themselves somewhere. And she spoke so eloquently and so passionately, she moved an ancient gold dragon to tears. And Drataris gave them permission to settle in his mountains and even led them to the Golden Mountain.
Whatever happened to him? Drataris? Where did he now?
No one knows.
Hmm.
About probably 100 years before Umbrablade came for his attack, Drataris vanished. No one knows whether it was a case of him just leaving, whether he was killed, or whether he's just in a hibernation somewhere. The older a dragon gets, sometimes they sleep for hundreds of years at a time. He may be involved in a plot somewhere. The dragons can shapeshift. He may have changed his form and gone somewhere to influence things. But who knows?
Interesting. Sounds like a nice fellow. I'd like to meet him. Maybe. Reminds us of a friend of ours. Oh god, his name's escaped me completely. Frodoin. Yeah, we know. Young bronze dragon.
Oh, bronze. Well, obviously they don't normally live up here in the mountains.
No. They like the water.
Yeah, they're coastal dwellers.
Nice enough, though. I enjoy conversations with him. Generous too.
But yeah, that's why the waterfalls are called Drataris' Tears. It's the location of where that meeting took place.
Poetic.
Indeed. And Drataris, obviously, in the end, benefited greatly from a good relationship with the Jeweled City. The mines under the city produce so much gold, silver, platinum, mithril, adamantium, jewels of all kinds. And the city, in their love of Drataris, especially with that female dwarf becoming the first queen of the Jeweled City, gave him a regular tithe. His hoard was said to be humongous by the time anyone last saw him, or last went to his lair.
The relationship has to be beneficial, right? You don't get stuff for free. A fair exchange, a small tithe to have a new home and be safe.
Yeah, exactly. But again, no one knows about where he's gone.
Pity.
Is that what your future excursion's going to be about, or?
Oh no, our excursion's about trying to retake the Jeweled City. It's well, not only is it literally a gold mine. I mean, the mines underneath it, up until even Umberblade's attack, the last known report from the Jeweled City was that the mines were nowhere near tapped. They were still finding fresh veins every single day. So there's still untold riches under there, but it's a part of dwarven heritage.
Hmm. Ancient black dragons are not easy to slay, though.
I feel like
No.
the waterfall would be
I'm
a
not
nice
even
place to
sure an
visit
army
one
would.
day.
No, but this is why a single adventurer going in and making a few maps quietly and without being seen can then come back to a city where we can make, hopefully, a plan and come back with
Lots and lots of soldiers. You're going to need an army.
potentially, or if I can find out that Umberblade's lair is only got like 1 or 2 access points, we
Seal
just
him
need to
in,
bring back enough black powder.
drop a mountain on him. I think
Not quite
don't know
drop a
if it would
mountain.
kill him, but
Oh no,
it's
but if we
not.
lock him in, then it gives us enough time to clear out his minions and then set up defenses.
I wonder
see,
if
though.
Diego's ever found that forge again.
He knows where it is. We shot him. He doesn't have the knowledge to get to it.
Yeah, but I'm sure he could have made something similar by now. He has been gone
He's a
for a while.
blacksmith. He's not an engineer. He's not an artificer. Was he also one? I don't know.
I mean, I've got no idea about that. I was
Origin
only hired for
Forge?
this expedition. Oh, I know about like the actual thing, but I don't know whether there's anything happening with it.
Well, we know where it
Yeah.
is. Whether anyone's going to get it, though.
But
To be honest, I think
as-
that's a more complicated expedition than getting a mountain back from a ancient black dragon.
Well, that's possibly why we're doing this one first, because we get this one back. Lots
then
of
you could
money.
finance it. Yeah, good idea.
Anyway, let's continue on.
Interesting.
And as you keep walking and riding, I need someone to roll the first d20 for the day, please.
Do I do that since I've been missing for
Oh yeah, why not?
a week?
I just didn't roll.
Don't kill us.
last week.
8.
8.
Immediately
Could you
kills us.
re-roll, please?
Oh, yeah, that
Sure.
one already.
13.
Oh no,
13.
I don't like that.
Okay. As you continue on during the day, as you move further and further into these mountains, the temperature is beginning to drop and the air is getting a little harder to breathe. Though this road winds around and through mountains, it is still getting higher in altitude.
I'm gonna stop breathing.
That's fine. Eventually, it gets to about midday, and you are passing through another sort of one of those cut-in roads between 2 peaks. You've learned from last time, though, and you've made sure to check the upper ridges and made sure there are no lurking assassins. However, as you are just cresting through this ridge, you do hear something. You hear a chuckle on the wind. And then
that can't be good.
3 massive forms slam down from above on the road in front of you.
Don't touch my nose.
Don't touch my nose. Don't do it again. Hail, friend or foe.
And as the dust clears and they stand upright, they tower over you. 3 massive 15 to 20 foot tall figures. 3 giants.
Oh,
A male and a female dressed in fine clothes with wispy white hair, flanking another one in finer regalia, wearing a mask with a permanent smile etched on it.
Okay.
As they lean forward, this one with the mask bows and goes, "Greetings! You may call me Tufali, and this is my road. I
Is
hope
it
you're
now?
prepared to pay the toll."
Really?
Really?
How much?
Let's see. And you see he like capers and moves jester-like as he sort of moves around your group. The other two do not move from in front of you. They're blocking the path forward as this one sort of capers around and looks you all over. There's 7 of you in total, plus a few constructs and animals. Oh, shall we say 500 gold apiece. Should do it. Unless you have anything else to offer, then I may be interested in barter and trade.
A moment. Let me see what we have in the car. And I'm going to go back around the car, and I'm going to get my diary, and I'm going to write that they fell off the cliff.
Okay. You write that in, and you watch as the ground next to them crumbles, and you watch as they all begin to slide and fall. And you watch them vanish over
my
the
lord,
edge.
what happened? It's frightening. We should be careful on this road. Continue.
And then they just float back up after having cast fly on themselves.
Just run. I'm not
Now,
paying 500
now.
gold. Fuck this guy.
Now, that was a bit of an odd thing to happen. But again, you don't necessarily have to pay me in gold. If you don't have the gold, there are other means.
What is it exactly you've got that you could trade back if you wanted to trade?
Well, personally, passage through. You're obviously on your way somewhere. That's the main thing. But if you had something that gained my interest outside of the toll, I may have some information. Or perhaps treasure. I mean, he points upwards, and you see far above a stationary cloud. My castle's only up there.
You have a castle?
Yes, most cloud giants have a cloud castle. It's where we live.
Why are you on the road if you live in a cloud?
Because I've claimed this road as mine, and I'm charging a toll through it. Did you not see? We came down from up above. We spotted you.
This is ridiculous.
Well, thank you.
Meanwhile, Xandal is just, now that he's aware of his own curse, he is just making sure he is as visible as possible.
Because it's a female cloud giant.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Wait, have you met my friends in cloud?
Just give him a Xandal.
No, come on. We must have something interesting.
This is where Tafali leans down and with a giant sort of pale blue finger pokes Hacker. These are curious.
No, you're not having them.
No, I was just saying they were curious, that's all.
You met our inventor? Maybe he could make you something. Right,
That's
Xandal? Xandal?
Well,
Something cool. What can you whip
You
out?
ever heard of a
No.
grilled cheese?
We don't have the... We have the...
No, I haven't actually. What is it?
It's delicious.
Type of food. Our inventor friend comes up with all sorts of weird...
Well, elaborate. Come along, little dragon, elaborate.
You put pieces of bread together with heating elements and cheese. And it melts the cheese and makes it all cocoa-y.
And crispy on the outside.
on the outside.
You see as he turns, like, Tafali turns and looks at the female cloud giant. Do we have any cheese? And she shakes her head. Well, that's unfortunate. Do you have any cheese?
With us, we could bring some back.
What? I need the cheese now. If I want to try this recipe.
Interesting. Just trying to find what's the popcorn do again?
The blasting popcorn
Yeah, I know. I'm just having a look.
that explodes.
I'm to create this. I kind of need all the
Oh,
components.
so, I'm just trying to see if there's anything I've got that's interesting. Got sweets with magical effects, but I'm trying to find one that isn't just, immediate aggro.
Annoyingly, I've just noticed that I've got purity pudding, which would have given to Vienna would have got rid of 1 level of exhaustion.
I mean, you still can.
You still can.
Later.
It's got to be taken during a long or short rest, so
You can get it.
next time.
Next time.
I still have some Raven Queen or rum, apparently.
Do you have any pest problems? Some of us are pretty good at
Pests?
hunting.
Not particularly got any issues with pests up in the clouds.
No, I
Actually
have nothing.
sold all of my cursed items, didn't we?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
I thought we
got
had.
rid of them. I got in my actual.
I couldn't remember whether I still had them or not.
I have some Hydra teeth, apparently. That's pretty. Slime suckers. Oh, I forgot I had those. You know, you could like look, see if there's anything you have.
Roll, I'm looking as well.
Yeah.
Farley just sort of like flips into the air and lays in the middle of the air and just watches you all as you go through your packs, and he's just like,
I'll not mention that I'm also going through my spells.
I don't want to give them anything. I just want to fucking outsmart them or something. I don't know, but I don't really have anything.
How long is this road?
so what? So this stretch that they appear to have claimed is roughly about probably 1,000 feet stretch through this ravine, but the actual road itself is miles long. I was
going to ask.
You've been told
for
it's going to be a 5-day journey at best to get to the Golden Mountain.
No, I'm just on about this road that they're tolling.
Yeah.
Like, how long is that stretch?
Yeah, about 1,000 feet, and you guys are in what would be the middle of this ravine, so you're 500 feet in.
I just had a
Right,
thought.
so-
Oh, sorry.
How about a jump?
I'm just going to ask. This whole ravine is what you're tolling? Or is it
Pretty
just
much.
this segment?
The road, yes.
How about the joke?
A joke?
Yeah.
I'm always interested in a joke.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Why can't the undead write music?
I don't know. Why can't the undead write music?
Because they can only decompose. I thought it was fun.
That's rather clever. You can go. The rest have to stay.
Now, an
I'll
individual
wait
of
for my friends.
an individual of
That's fine.
your magnificence must find it quite difficult to get thrones for your stature and your height that are comfortable and that you can sit in, particularly on the road, I'd imagine.
Not particularly. I craft clouds into what I want for furniture.
Oh, well, I've got a throne or one of our party has a throne that will change to any size depending on the individual. Would that be of interest in trading with you?
Depends on what the throne looks like. It has to match my aesthetic.
Talia, have you got the throne?
I mean, I've already paid the toll, Val. You could tell a job. Does it count as him paying if it's my item I'm giving him to give to you?
As long as I get something from someone.
Oh, I never use the damn thing. Here you go. I'll toss it to him. To Val, that is.
How it works. Did you set a command word for this?
I can't remember.
Rocheg row?
No, I don't think it was that. Was it sit the fuck down or something like that, I think?
You watch as the chair grows into a full-size throne.
You can change the word. You don't have to use the foul language. Sure. Someone as eloquent as you wouldn't swear.
It does specifically state that it takes the form of a throne appropriate for the size of the user. So it will change to your size.
You watch as Talifa reaches down and sort of plucks it up. Sit the fuck down as he puts it down, and it grows into this massive throne. He sort of looks it over, pats the seat, checks the fabric, and goes, "It's a useful little trinket, I suppose. Very well, dragon. Your honeyed words have managed to gain you some favor, and this chair is quite nice." And he watches, he sits in it and throws one leg over one of the arms and just like lounges and goes, "Yes, you may go past as well. I'm curious as to what the rest of your companions are going to offer now. So far I've had a funny joke, a nice chair. This has been an
Fiona just
interesting
literally reaches
day."
into her pocket, grabs 500 gold, and goes,
That's
"I don't give a
exactly what,
shit."
Fiona would just be like, "I'm done with this bullshit. Take the fucking
Oh,
money."
excellent!
Take your fucking
Gold
money.
always speaks well. And he takes the small pouch, and did Blossom give 500 as well?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
well,
1,000. Lovely. You
Joins
can make that.
the two of us leaning against the wall with our arms crossed, just waiting for everyone else to pay the toll.
So yeah, Fiona's just like, "No, I'm not playing games right now. I'm not in the mood."
I kind of knew you'd do that, you know.
Sandor, just give some
Am I
of your
so
knowledge
predictable?
away.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a position you could give them.
Like, half of my stuff is all in sort of like, other than the grill, which I need to make another one of, I haven't got anything.
Exotic knowledge
I
from a
almost-
specific book.
Oh god.
You've got potentially a couple there. This is talking like out of scene. You've potentially got a couple there.
I mean, you guys have got the telepathy rings. The only person who hasn't got one on is Talia.
Ah, okay. In that case, I'll just be like, they might be a married couple. They might need something to spice things
There's
up.
3 of them.
Steal his woman! Steal his woman!
Uh,
I
Sandal.
really don't know.
Xander,
No.
make me a perception check.
Oh no. Oh no.
As you are sort of like racking your brains, you see the female cloud giant is paying you no attention whatsoever.
Oh thank god.
Talifa, on the other hand, is
Oh,
eyeing you
no.
up and down.
No.
how many is left across?
So
Me,
there's
no,
Olgard. Well, he
Sussman
also counted
and
the
Helena.
constructs.
Oh, quite a lot then.
So
Oh,
someone's got to
God.
either pay for the constructs or do something that's good enough to allow him to have the constructs passed too.
Mm.
Yeah, since Val's put it into my head, I'm likely already reading through that book in my own mind. Do I pick anything?
Talifa leans down and goes, "Why is the cute little one blushing?"
I'm
Lean
not
down to
blushing.
Are you
Um,
No, I
ill?
think her
You've
cheeks are
gone
quite
very
rosy.
red, little halfling.
Yeah,
At this
do I
point,
pick up any
Haslick in your
knowledge?
head just goes, "I am no help here. I am just going to back away from this situation."
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, do I pick up anything from that certain book?
There are a number of positions that pop to mind. Specifically, specifically positions for giants and halflings.
Not that one. No. One's for giants to use on other giants. I'm going to sort of like lean in and just sort of like whisper a really exotic position for him to try with one of his friends some time.
Talifa reaches down and offers a hand. Bear in mind, he's 20 foot tall. You
Yeah.
cannot lean into his ear
Sorry.
without him lifting you up.
Yeah. So I'm kind of sat in his hand.
He
And
lifts you up right next to his face, right next to his ear.
I whisper the very, very exotic position that he can use with his other friends.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. I'm going to use one of my Domano as well, just in case. So 24? No, 25.
22. Oh, 25, because they've gone up the Domo, haven't they? Yeah. You watch
23, sorry. Yeah.
You watch as this masked cloud giant just, like, you can't see their face behind the mask, but their light blue skin darkens ever so slightly. And they move you away, and they go, really? With a banana?
Yes.
My.
Or any fruit or vegetable with that shape.
Aaron in the chat. Discord.
I'm going to say, I'm not looking because it might break me. And I need to stay in character. Well. Do you happen to know the enlarge spell? I'd love to try it with you.
I'm really sorry, I am already taken.
Oh, all the good ones are. Very well. I can't be a third wheel other than in certain other relationships and with permission from all parties. And he gently places you down and goes, very well, for that information, you may pass along with your two strange constructs.
Thank you.
We'll probably have to make a pass as well.
I was going to say I'll pay for it.
Oh, more gold. Lovely. And you
Start
watch as...
elbowing Aaron like, what are you? Sandal, what are you blushing about? Hmm?
Shut up. Not a word. Don't want to hear anymore.
Enlarge spell.
And you watch as Ultgard just quickly rummages in his cart, pulls out a sack of 500 gold and a furled piece of parchment. Aye, here, 500 gold, and also, for your interest, a map of the local topography. Oh, very useful. Thank you kindly, good sir. Well, pleasure doing business with you all, and
Did Blossom contribute?
yeah, Blossom
Yeah,
paid
I-
500.
Blossom paid. Yeah.
Because I've got
Well,
no other items to give.
well then, if you don't mind, me and my compatriots are going to go back to the castle now. See if we've got any bananas. And you watch as he shrinks the throne, pops it in a pocket, and they all fly back up out of the way towards that stationary cloud high above.
So that happened. Can't believe I wasted the
Would they
diary.
be using the enlarge spell on the banana as well?
I would imagine so, otherwise it would be like a sausage down an alleyway, right?
I don't care.
Xandor is just keeping very quiet at this point. He's just like, blueprint.
Can't believe I wasted the diary on them. Ugh.
Yeah, and that like gap in the road is still there. You're gonna have to move around that.
It was worth a shot.
Right. We keep going.
Okay. As you continue onwards now, the path beginning to slowly wind downwards and around and through certain mountains. As the day begins to draw on and it gets closer to the afternoon, you begin to hear the roaring of water in the distance. Could someone roll me a d20 for the second half of the day, please?
Shall I do it?
Yep.
I'm trying to find water.
Tap.
I did tap. It just
No, as in you were looking for water. There's a tap in the kitchen.
You know what I'm on. Shut up.
3.
Okay. You guys are traveling along. The sound of roaring water gets louder and louder. And as you crest over a ridge, you see ahead of you. When Ultgard had described it as a waterfall, he had not done this justice. Think Victoria Falls. It is massive. There is just this absolutely torrential amount of water crashing down from a river in multiple areas on this mountainside down into a basin at least 250 feet below. And you see there are a number of bridges spanning this expanse, spanning this bowl of the waterfall, with the spray coming up and over it, as you see Ultgard go, Dratari's tears. Alright. Off. Let's get down to the bridges and start crossing. As you begin heading along. As you reach the bridges and begin to go to cross, you see that though these bridges are old, they are extremely well built and still strong. And as you cross over the first one, there is just this huge amount of water and spray, and though you are far from the waterfall itself, you are still getting drenched by the mist. Moving along, it gets to probably the beginnings of early evening, probably 5-6 o'clock, as you are reaching sort of the 3/4 point of these bridges, as you go to begin crossing the next one.
I broke Aaron.
With what?
The Discord chat.
I'm looking at the. Wait, hang on.
Ahem.
Oh, right.
There we go.
Oh dear, my players are such children.
The banana split.
Is Sirenscape cutting out for anyone? Because it's cutting in and out for me, and it's pissing me
No,
off.
it's fine on my end.
Okay.
It's cut out for me, but it's fine. I'll sort it at some point.
I just don't know why it's doing that.
Okay, so this looks nice.
Should be playing. I don't know what Sirenscape's doing. It's being a dick.
I've got sound of water.
I got nothing. I've got.
Right, so this, I take it we're faced with a bridge. Why do I feel like there's something untoward going on?
Why can't I hear it anymore?
You need to check the bridge.
It's all right. We're all. Have you lost all sound?
I've got nothing on Sirenscape, so I have no
Alright,
idea
okay.
what's playing. So
It's
I don't
alright,
know how
doesn't
to
matter.
balance it.
Yeah, I guess just be wary of what's over the bridge. So we'll just keep our eye open as we walk along.
Well, shall I point out the
Sirenscape's
obvious?
crashed.
What's the obvious?
Well, unless it's just the textures of the map that's messed up.
There's logs. There's
These sections of the bridge are
I see it.
Where the fuck are we? Okay, I got us.
oh
Where's it
oh
fucking
high
going?
What? Throw a shoe across. See what falls.
oh well I'll ask, is this why am I a grey colour? Not doing red. Right. So there's one patch. I take it since I've noticed these, we could say that Blossoms.
I
noticed
would
these,
say
and are these
have Blossom roll a perception check for me.
sure. Uh, 13.
13. The cobbles look a little off, but that could just be because of wear and tear. So no, Blossom does not realise anything about those sections.
Just building them.
Val can fly over those sections and not like put his feet down and have a closer
Well,
look to
again,
see.
you currently, as far as you're aware, this bridge is perfectly normal.
Shall I just walk across?
Anyone going to check for traps?
Yeah, I'll check for traps. Just bear with me a
Well,
second.
if we don't actually notice those things, then I see no
yeah,
reason.
we
to
just
stop.
walk otherwise. Yeah.
Okay, it's starting to piss me off. Come on. Fuck's sake.
And as soon as we all fall into the water, then we might notice.
21.
21. Again, you think? Well, are you getting to the bridge and saying you're checking for traps? Because
Yes.
all the other bridges you've crossed so far, you haven't.
I'm just checking for traps because someone mentioned checking for traps. I'm checking for traps. Someone asked.
I think we'll just walk across. To be honest.
Yeah, okay.
But I checked
Yeah.
for traps.
Yeah,
Saying.
it's okay.
No, but
So
I checked for traps. So
It was kind of metagaming, so that's
It's
why I'm saying.
I'm
actually,
saying
I
it's
think
kind of metagaming.
yeah.
You guys have already
Yeah.
crossed like 3
We've
other
crossed a
bridges with
few,
no
yeah.
issues.
Don't ask me to do
You would
something.
have.
What is wrong with my fucking internet right now? Sorry, it's distracting. I'm trying to fix shit and you're asking me shit.
It's alright.
Go.
I'll probably lead. I tend to lead it towards the front
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay. If there's sound, just I don't know. Tell me because I'm not hearing it.
Okay.
Oh no, it's back
So,
again. Now
Val, as you reach that point, you feel your foot slip entirely through the bridge beneath you as you vanish. Oh shit, I just deleted Val. Whoops.
Okay.
I'll get
It
Val
really
back. don't
does
worry.
just vanish.
Would I
You,
vanish?
but
I've
the
got my
rest of you
wings.
watch. Well, you still
Okay.
you didn't have the wings unfurled at that point. As you go plummeting through this area here, and hang on, I'm just getting your token back because I was an idiot.
Maybe
There
it
we
just
go.
doesn't like that sound effect. I don't know. I'm turning the waterfall off because it's just breaking everything.
That's fine. There we go. But rest of you watch as Val just vanishes through
can.
the floor of the bridge. And Val, you find yourself plummeting through the air down towards the water. You are able to then spread your wings and stop yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
But the rest of you watched him just vanish, and as he did, this illusion faded, revealing this massive hole in the bridge.
Okay.
You okay,
Now
buddy?
we know. Now we know there's problems.
I'm in a hole.
Oh, I can check for traps because I've seen that there's a danger.
Well, it's at this point, I need everyone to roll for initiative, as you fall into the first
Okay.
trap, and they're going to spring the rest of it.
It's just like that, the D&D movie.
Hey, I got a nat 20. That's
I
that
need a
wasted.
token for my Pegasus as well.
Oh yes, the Pegasus. Hang on.
10. Sirenscape is just crashed and reloading, and I don't know what the hell it's doing.
It's all right, not a problem.
I just don't understand why it's just suddenly gone
Matter.
absolutely batshit.
Haven't actually got a Pegasus, so we'll just use that.
It's a distracting sound anyway. Oh,
What size is a Pegasus?
be about
Large, I think.
medium large.
Counts as a large creature, so I'll give you control of it.
I just
Sure.
realised
Big stocky horse.
the one time she probably doesn't want to fight. She goes top of the leader, top of the initiative board.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I didn't do. I rolled it from the wrong place. I've
You're
got
on Artax, aren't
23.
you, Steph?
Steph's on Artax. Brianna's on Artax. And what did you get, Blossom?
23.
23 as well. And
Yeah, I
you'll be
forgot to
faster
do it
than
through.
Ultgar, so you'll be going first. And then I just need to do these guys' turns. Where was it? There. There you have
It's
it.
not them fucking spiders again.
Oh, okay. And descending order. Right. So, top of... They would technically get a surprise round.
Yeah, I think so.
That should work at least.
So we'll go to their turn first. So you watch as all around you, dropping their invisibility that had been hiding them, a number of floating figures wearing blank masks are floating in midair and are about to unleash a bunch of attacks against you. And
Where are they?
God's sake.
Yeah, they're all around. I count 5, 6.
they're going to start with...
Oh, there we go. I can see it now.
So 2 of them are going to open off with 2 fireballs. So I need everyone to make me 2 dex saves, please.
Thank fuck I have evasion. I have advantage on dex saves as well.
2 deck saves.
2 dex saves, yeah.
Okay, so my first one, 27.
Okay.
15 and 12.
17 and 31.
I gotta pull up robots. Bear with me.
So you're aware the DC is a 14.
And then that's
At least I don't take half damage.
disadvantage. Okay. 23 and 26.
I should really take a level in rogue and then just evade.
And I've got
everything.
evasion. So. You don't get evasion at level 1.
Yeah, I don't know what level it is. But...
I can't remember what level it was, but it's not level
Right.
1.
So for the first fireball, if you got above a 14, you're going to take half damage.
I'm going to take no damage because of evasion for one
Yep.
of them. I'm assuming I can't do it for both.
You can evasion. Evasion
Yeah.
applies to everything.
Okay, then yeah. So I take no damage then.
So it's 38 damage in total. So 19 as a half. So 19 points of fire damage if you got above a 14 on your first dex save, and then for the second fireball.
Fireball.
Fireball. Going to be 28 points of fire damage, or obviously if you got above a 14, then it's 14 points of fire damage.
Cool.
So, yeah, the 2 of them just immediately point and release beads of fire which flash down and explode amongst you all. By the way, Artax has to make those dex saves too, please.
Did. I
Oh,
rolled it.
I need to make dex saves for Ultgard.
I rolled it manually through the D20.
Oh, okay. Ultgard took a bunch of damage.
So 17.
Second one, I'll go through. Okay.
I can only see one manual roll from you. Oh no, I see the other one. 3. 17 and a 3.
Ultgard's taking...
Are we all in range for Val's thingy, just for Emily? Because I think Emily's the only one.
Probably not, because I would have
Failed,
dropped.
doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
Val
He's
did
been dropped
plummet. Val has plummeted.
He's
Oh,
not in
wait.
line of
Okay.
sight of them, is he?
No, Val wouldn't have had to do this. It's only the ones on the bridge. Sorry, Val. You can put that
That's right.
health back on.
Thanks.
Although they're probably going to attack you in a second anyway.
I'll just smash it as a
The
long
whatever
rest.
ones.
It's quicker.
Yeah, the others are then going to... two of them are going to firebolt Urt. Because they know that Urt's a problem. So that's a +6
Mages.
to hit.
I'd say kill the mages first, but they're all
So
all
one
mages.
misses.
All mages.
kill them all.
And then that's going to be a 24 to hit for the second.
That doesn't hit.
On
Yes, it
Urt.
hits. Joking, yeah, it does hit.
So that is... Hang on, just got to remember what level these guys are technically. 9th level, so... 2d10. So Urt is going to take 8 points of fire damage as the firebolt smashes into her. And then the last two going to... They're going to fly a bit closer, probably to about here, here, and these two are going to... These two are going to both cast Magic Missile against Urt. So that's going to be
Cool.
6d4 plus 3. So Urt is going to take 5, that's 10, 16, 19 points of force damage to Urt. As they both cast these arcane blasts from their hands, flying through the air towards Urt and smashing into her. Okay, that's the end of their surprise round. Top of the round is Blossom.
So did you say
Would the two robots get a go? Because they don't get surprised.
Yes, they could have a quick round if they want.
Yeah. Hacker's going to cast Mending on Emily. Or
Yep.
Repair. So Emily gets 18. And then Emily's going to reposition towards...
Okay.
just to confirm, did you say 3 or 4 blasts for Eldritch Blast that I can do?
3.
3. Okay, cool.
3
Just
for your
double
current
checking.
level.
Okay.
Okay, so Blossom, your turn.
Where is this one? Are they floating above the trees?
They are floating just above the trees, yeah.
Right, and how high up off the water are they?
So all of these guys are just probably about 10 feet up from the level of the bridge you're on. The one above the trees would be about 20 feet up.
So, what, like 20 feet above the water then?
Oh no, your bridge is 250 feet above the water.
Oh, right, so, yeah, so... I guess just crossbow bolts then.
Yeah, no, this is a massive gorge underneath you. It's why they chose this spot, because they can try and either make you fall through the bridge or just keep blasting you whilst you're on the bridge.
What's the dice called? So I'll aim at this one. It seems like the closest.
Okay.
Actually, I can move forward a bit as well.
Yeah.
Um, 11 to hit.
11.
22 to hit.
The 22 hits. The 11 does not.
Yeah, that's why do I not have it written down? What's the damage on a hand crossbow?
Hand crossbow
like
is
not a lot.
1d6 plus dex. Yeah, hand crossbow is 1d6, light crossbow is 1d8, and heavy crossbow is 1d10. Okay, 10 damage. They need to make a quick con save. Make sure they don't lose concentration. Nope, they're fine. Their fly spell remains.
Yeah, that's...
Anything else from you, Blossom?
Yeah, I should put a Crimson Right on my crossbow as well. Let's go for, I guess, Thunder.
Okay.
Try it out. Oh, fuck out.
Oh,
That's the damage to myself.
yep.
That's fine though.
Okay. Ultgard's turn. Ultgard is going to go,
Not
fuck.
getting any bolts back either.
scatter! And he goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get to there so that he's not in the grouping. He's then going to pull out his heavy crossbow and shoot at the same one Blossom just did. And miss. Poor Ultgard. Okay.
He got 2 good shots in last time.
Yeah. Deanna, your turn.
Now, I'm wondering whether to do the easy way now and risk leaving them around to come chase us, or whether to actually stop and fight.
Kill them.
I mean, you're
We've
still
gotta
on
kill
Armatae at the
them,
moment,
haven't
aren't
we?
you?
I am, yeah, but I am pretty useless at level 2 of exhaustion.
Right, Artax has a plan.
Right.
Or at least Artax was told to do a very specific thing at the end of last session, and I'm not going to metagame and change what he was told to do.
That's a point. Did I have any exhaustion left from last session?
No, you only had the 1 level, so you would have cleared that through the long rest.
Right. Let's just see if this is worth it. Yep, let's give it a whirl. I am going to use Winter's Moon, and I am going to use the Storm.
Okay.
And obviously, I'm not aiming it around people I like.
Yep. So what's the range on the storm?
60 feet.
60-foot radius from you, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it's on the start of their turns, isn't it, that they make the save?
The user the storm halves the speed of all enemies in its radius, and every time they start a turn inside the storm's effects or enter into the storm, they must pass a con save versus DC 18. On a failure, they take 40-10, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
That's fine. So at the start of their turn. So we'll do that in a second because it's nearly their turns. Okay. Their turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4 all need to make con saves. This may not go so well.
Huh? Who needs to take
You.
a concept?
Bad guys.
Sorry.
So
Long turn order, man.
yeah, none of them pass the con save. So go ahead and roll the damage.
Right. Con save versus a DC. On a failure, they take a 4d10.
Considering the health of these guys, this may kill some of them.
Good.
22. Okay, so that one's starting to look rough.
Am I right that Mage Slayer triggers on any damage? Because it says that creatures concentrating on a spell have disadvantage on saving throws. But
Not sure.
I thought it was only within 5 feet, but that might just be for the advantage and the reaction.
Two of them have just failed their concentrations anyway for their fly from that damage they just took. You watch as this one here
5 feet, yeah.
plummets and vanishes into the water below. And this one here is going to plummet as well into the water below.
Blossom. It says, when a creature within 5 feet of you casts a spell, you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against them. When you damage a creature that is concentrating on a spell, that creature has disadvantage on saving throws it makes to maintain concentration, and you have advantage on saving throws against any spells cast by that creature within 5 feet of you.
Yeah, so is the concentration check any damage, or does that have to be within 5 feet?
I think it's the within 5 feet melee attack.
It's mentioned 5 feet twice, so
Yeah.
I would assume
So,
so, yeah.
that one's just going to fly back a bit, get out of the storm. This one's going to fly over here to get out of the storm. Yeah. You've forced their hand now, so we're going to have everyone deck saves please against one fireball. I'm not gonna do these all at once this time. I'm gonna do them one after the other. So pass.
Where are you aiming it?
You're fine, Val, and Ultgard's fine. It's the center of mass of the rest of them.
I got a 20.
Xandor Hacker fails.
Evasion.
Val fails, so Urt's gonna take full damage. Everyone else is gonna take half.
I'm gonna take none.
And you're gonna take none.
Rogues.
That's 28 points of damage to Urt, 14 points of fire damage to everyone else. And then another deck save, please, as the second fireball is coming in.
I rolled twice for that.
Oh, did you? This is
said you
what
can
should
do
I
it
get
twice.
on the second one? I'm doing 4, but I'm just doing them one at a time.
26.
I got 17 in the second one.
So Urt passes the second one. Talia only got 12?
No, I have advantage.
Oh, you have advantage.
The
There's
second one's down,
26.
there's 26, yeah.
So pass, pass, pass. Emily fails. So Emily's going to take full damage.
Oops of agility are the best.
That was a low one. That's only 20 points of damage to Emily and 10 to everyone else. Third deck save, please,
Say
as the
that, but
next fireball.
You might end up killing her.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Won't be the first time.
What was that
This
damage?
is-
Sorry, Paddy.
10 to everyone who passed, 20 to Emily.
Okay.
22 this time with evasion. So no damage again.
Hacker fails.
Your camera's also blurry.
Again.
It's low light. They're great
Oh.
cameras, but it's just low light. They get a bit funny with focus.
That
Okay.
better.
Mm-hmm.
Vienna fails.
Massively.
Is that a disadvantage for Urt?
No, I thought you were rolling. I'm rolling twice for this.
Oh, okay. So on the fourth one, she's going to fail.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just doing each fireball one at a time.
Okay,
so that
sorry.
we don't
That's
get
my
confused.
misunderstanding.
So Vienna and Hacker are going to take full damage here.
Oof.
12, 15, 18, 22, 27, 28 points of damage to Vienna and Emily, and 14 to everyone else. And then the last fireball, so deck saves from everyone but Urt. Urt's already failed. Pass. Vienna fails again.
20.
20 you pass, so you're not going to take any damage.
Yeah.
Hacker passes. Sandal passes.
I haven't rolled for Emily the past two because she went down
Oh, okay.
around the last one.
Okay, so Urt and Vienna are going to take full damage off of this one. That's going to be 34 points of fire damage.
That's
Question.
both me and it down then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the percentage underneath 0 where it's instant death?
Whatever your
I
max
don't
health
run
is,
that.
you have to go the other
Okay.
way.
I don't run that rule. You have to take double your max health in one hit for an instant death.
Okay.
Otherwise, you just go into death saves. You just drop to 0 and go to death saves.
So if you drop
So-
0 and you go to death saves, and then you keep taking damage, is that tallying up? But it still has to be double.
No. So if you drop into death saves and you then take damage, if it's from a ranged attack, that's 1 failed death save. If you take it from a melee attack, that's 2 failed death saves. You don't count the amount of damage then.
So it's death saves that kill us, not the actual.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Okay.
the double health thing only really matters at low levels. So say you've got 20 health and you go up against an ancient
An
red
enemy, it does
dragon
40,
and
you
it
do-
does
obviously you
40
do.
damage, that's
Yeah, that's
instant
fair.
death.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, that's how that works.
What was the damage we took on that last one?
34 if you failed.
17.
Yep, so 17. And that is the end of the mages' turns. Some of them are just going to float back a bit more because they don't want to be in
Well,
range of this. Oh,
I
actually,
was
the
gonna
storm's
say-
gone.
The
Yeah,
storm's
the-
gone because I'm unconscious, so...
Yep, so...
So this is just the first people going in
This
this,
is round
right?
1.
They had a surprise round.
So that was a surprise round, and now this is a full round.
No, they've had
Because I was just
surprise
like,
round.
did I fall asleep and just not get a go? Because I haven't done anything. So I'm just like,
You're
None of us have. really.
you're at 10, Talia. So
I know. I'm just checking.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we've not
Yeah.
completed a round then, so it's
no,
just
it
hasn't-
was
okay.
surprise round for them. Then it
I
was
was just like-
Blossom, then Altgard, then Vienna, then the mages.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So now it's
Sorry,
Val's
I just
turn.
got really confused because I was just like, I'm sure they've had like a go for like the last 30 minutes. Like,
Yeah, sorry, that's what
Did I
happens when you have
blink
to
and miss
roll
it?
4 fireballs in a row.
Okay.
But that was the only option they had. They couldn't get close through the storm, and it's
I just
like,
thought I'd like blinked
Got
and
it,
just
just
been like,
fling
wait, did I
fire
just
at
fall
them.
asleep? Did I miss something?
Just a quick question. How far down did I fall? Because
Uh,
how far do I have to
so-
go back up to...
so you wouldn't have reached terminal velocity, and I believe the normal rules say that in a round you fall 60 feet. So you fell 60 feet down.
Fucked. Great.
Well, this is why they chose this place.
They're assassins. That's what they do. Cut off your route of escape.
I know. Haste.
Okay, you cast haste on yourself.
Yep. So that'll give me 120 foot movement speed and an action back.
Yep.
Let me just tick off the spell in my spell list. Val's going to get up here, and as an action, throw on Artax.
Okay, so you pick up Urt and place her on the back of Artax. By the way,
Uh,
were you rolling dex saves for Artax as well?
I have been. I don't know if I rolled for all of them. I just did it when I remembered. I do apologise.
Okay, have you been making sure Artax took the damage?
He's only got 8 hit points left, so yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Artax moves after me?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to roll for Artax for initiative?
No, Artax just goes at the end of your turn. That's
Cool.
just how mounts and things work.
Artax has a 90 foot movement speed and can dash, so that'll be 180 feet.
Yep.
So he's basically dragging Vienna and away from the battle.
Okay, is Artax flying or?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Otherwise, I would have had to.
Having seen Val drop down. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's done.
All right. Talia, your turn. You've been weaving around multiple
I've just been like
fireballs.
flipping around and dodging shit. I'm gonna do some Eldritch Blast, I think, considering it's within range. I'm gonna do 2 at that one and 1 at that one.
Okay.
Well,
Go ahead and roll.
hoping that I hit. Right, so where's Eldritch Blast? Okay, so first one probably misses. Second one also misses. Of course it does. Yeah. Okay, so this one was on the last one. So that was the one that was aimed at that
Yep,
one.
that one hits.
23. Okay. 8. Wow.
8.4
Fucking
damage.
worth that.
Okay. Okay, it's going to make its concentration check. Succeeds, maintains its concentration on fly.
Okay, we've had a long rest, right? So
Yep.
I'm taking on the Raven Queen's avatar and popping out the wing.
That's an action to do. You've just used
Oh,
your
is
action
it?
to
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Wait a second. Hold up. No, that's Raven Queen. Right, fuck off. Get off this.
So you've got movement and bonus action left.
Okay, 1 second, I'm thinking. Because it's... The only reason I said that is because it doesn't actually say. It just says once per day. It doesn't say that it's an action you might want to...
No, sorry, I should...
No, can you
I should have
pencil that in
clarified
just
that.
so that
Yeah.
so that I remember that for next time. So I've got my movement speed, so I guess can't really defend them. I mean, I'm within range of those two anyway. I'm pretty good at dodging. I'll probably just stay there. What bonus actions do I have? Because they're up as well, aren't they? So it's not...
They are.
They'll be well above 30 feet. Where the fuck do you keep bonus actions in this? Oh, there it is. I was like, where's the bloody bonus action tab? I will bonus action hex that one.
Okay. As you hex them.
Just put that in there so that I... Wait, what? No, just...
Yeah, no,
Information,
you've only
I wanted it
hexed,
to
you
post
haven't-
the information, not the thing.
I know,
Sorry,
I know.
It was just so you could see it in the chat, so that it didn't.
That's
That's
fine,
not
right. End of your turn?
The one I wanted to do. I pressed the wrong button. Yes, that's it.
Okay. Death save for please.
Yep. Why did that not go to VTT?
It wasn't last time for Vienna. I think
No,
maybe
I think
D&D
it's-
Beyond have changed something with death saves that they don't go through.
It was a
Which
19.
they
It's
make
showing
this
up as
a turn
a
order
success.
could, like,
I was
get
about to take a
automatic
photo and
bloody
just prove
thing.
it, but
That's fine. No, I believe you on death saves. So 19. Okay, that's fine. That's one success. All right.
cool.
Zandal, your turn.
Okay, on the left-hand side, none of these have fallen into the water, have they?
No.
Right, okay. So, I think
So we've only got 3 out of this.
there. Oh, before I do that, I'm just going to drop my crossbow bolt case and shout to Blossom to grab it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure his crossbow will appreciate a little extra firepower.
Yep.
I keep
But,
forgetting bloody exploding arrows. I need to remember I
Exactly,
have
exploding
those.
crossbow bolt. But I think it's there. Let me just do my phone again. I think. Let me zoom out a little bit so I can catch both of them. There.
Yep.
Using the ARC, my spells, correct. Conjure Barrage.
Okay. So dexterity saving throws for them, yeah?
I've conjured
Yes,
barrage.
please.
Okay. +2. One got an 18. The other got a 14.
Okay.
So I'm guessing one pass, one fail.
Yeah, my spell saving DC is 18.
18, so one pass, one fail.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
a total of 46 damage.
Okay, this one just gets absolutely shredded and falls bloodied into the water. This one's only going to take 23 points of damage, but now has to make its concentration check. You watch as they plunge off down into the water below.
One left.
Two, one on each side.
Oh, where's the other one?
Uh,
Oh yeah, got it.
I'd assume dropping my crossbow case would just, because I'd have had to yank it off or something, count as my bonus action. So that's pretty much.
Yeah, I would count that as a bonus. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Blossom, back to your turn.
Cool. So what's the case that you dropped? Is that just explosive ammo?
Explosive crossbow bolts.
Sure. Is that any better than my?
So I believe.
Right.
Bear with me. Let me just pull it up because it's been a while since I've used them.
1d8 fire damage. I've got it on mine. On a save, half
Oh, there you go.
damage. Anything
Yeah.
within 5 feet must also make a save. Dex save
Yeah.
13 on hit.
So you do your normal damage
Yeah.
plus your 1d8.
Well,
They have to make a save.
I think for Crimson Rights, with ranged weapons, it applies to the bolts rather than the crossbow, and that's just automatic damage. So I think that's just better than a save for the minute, because that's D8 as well.
Who that?
Oh no, that's not it. But yeah, it's up to you. I kind of just threw them down because I saw you use the crossbow. So,
Yeah, I'll pocket them for another occasion, because that would be good. But for now, I'll just use regular. And shall I do them separately in case this one actually fails? Never mind then.
That one. As you go to fire, the string of your crossbow has gotten damp and slips off of the crossbow. You will need to take a bonus action to repair it.
Yeah.
Which means you can't reload this turn.
Mm-hmm.
So you only get the one shot. It didn't snap, but it did sort of slip out of the housing because of how damp it had got.
Yeah, that's fine. Is there... Oh, I suppose it doesn't matter if they're doing fireballs, but I will kind of crouch down at the wall.
Yep.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut
kind of
that.
cover.
It's alright, okay. Altgard is... he's just... like looked back and just seen the carnage that has happened, and you can see like the look on his face of I'm so glad I moved. He is going to take his heavy crossbow and fire at the one on the right, and will actually hit. He actually hit for 8 damage. Okay. Okay. So, con check for that one. They pass. They're still flying. Okay, that's the end of Altgard's turn. Vienna,
Your camera just hates you.
a death save, please.
As soon as I commented, it put you in focus again, like it felt
I
jumped.
know what the issue is. It's because I'm leaning forward to look at my dice tray.
Yeah. It's just
I'm
the fact that I
constantly
made the
moving back
comment
and
and then it
forward.
just went, oh, quick, sorry. It was really funny.
16.
16, so that's one pass. Okay, the mage's turns. Yeah, no, they're dicks.
2 left. One on the left, one on the right.
30 to get to there.
That one's dead. How did he just move one that was dead?
No, I moved the one that's hexed. If it's not got a cross over it, it's not dead.
Got a cross
I
on
know.
it.
Oh,
I'm not confused as to who's dead. Like,
the one on the very leftmost side moved. So that's...
Who that don't have the X's? I'm looking at them. I couldn't see the other one because I wasn't seeing.
Sorry,
I
he
was-
was talking to Paddy. He was talking to Paddy.
Right, okay, sorry, I
Yeah,
thought you were saying to me. I'm not
Yeah, that one's
confused. What's going
not
on?
dead.
It's got an
I
X on it.
know.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't.
The very
It
leftmost
hasn't.
one moved. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, I think you're talking about this one, right?
Talking about
That one moved.
Yeah. It didn't.
No, I think
That one that moved was the one that was further up.
yeah, this one moved from here.
Okay.
Oh, they get a bit
Okay.
more movement actually. Right, and then
It's just difficult
We'll
when
check
it's
the
a big
footage
map.
afterwards.
let's review the tape.
It's just because the map's so big. If you
Mhm.
it's trying to
Yeah.
zoom out and shit to see, but then if you zoom out too far, then you can't see anything because it's so bloody small. It's like, meh.
They get another 30 feet of movement. 30 because they fly. Because of that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah. I
Get
need
to
to
there. Yeah, they're gonna do it.
Alright.
They're both casting magic missile, one on each person. That's 3 individual shots, automatic hits. You both Ert and Vienna take 3 failed death saves.
And they're all dead.
Which means we're dead.
It's fine.
Both characters are now fully dead. You all watch as at the
You
other
have
end
1
of the.
minute or the time it takes me to get to reset the clock.
Yep. You see.
Oh wait, no. 1 minute. I can.
The rest
revive
of you
totally.
see these 2 mages go rocketing
got
through
rid.
the air, holding their hands out and firing these dark black darts of magic that fly off. And as Artax is running, the 2 figures on their back, you watch as these 3 darts slam into the prone figures and blood spurts into the air, mixing with the mist of the waterfall.
It's fine. It's fine. I can get them up.
Val, your turn.
Cool. Misty Step as a bonus action.
30 feet.
30 foot.
Yep.
Hasted speed, 120. Still got my actions at that point. I've
Yep.
still got 1 action because I will have dashed. That gets me all the way to them. Revivify on
Save.
it.
Oh, you got Revivify too? Okay, cool. That saves me.
Do you have 300? Do you have the
I
gold? Do you have the
have
diamonds?
enough diamonds for 5 Revivifies because
That's-
I go down all the time.
You have them on. Oh yes, because you have them strapped to you, didn't you?
I do.
As a thing.
I have some.
Alright,
yes.
I have some in my
It
bag,
doesn't matter
and I
because
have.
I don't need material components, so it's
Yeah,
fine as long
I
as
have some in my bag, but I also have my defibrillator, which is 2 lots.
Yep. Okay.
So
If you later, I forgot we had that.
Hang on.
okay.
Hang on. I need to check something about Revivify. About the material component.
It's used up. That.
Just diamond. Alright. Diamond's
Just diamond
worth
dust.
300 gold pieces. I'm just checking because it might have been diamond dust, which if you had whole diamonds would not classify.
No, this is
But
diamonds.
it is just. It's just 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds. So. Yeah. So it burns. Unfortunately, you had a 500 gold pieces worth of diamonds on your chest, so that's gone. It doesn't matter that it's
It
too
uses the whole
big.
diamond up.
It
Yeah,
uses
that's
the whole
fine.
diamond up.
I had a couple of different diamonds, so it's
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you would not have had time to reach into your bag to get the exact
No, that's
one
fine.
you needed. You have to use what's on hand. Yep. So Ert is revivified. She comes back at 1 hit point.
and I also would have positioned myself where I am basically leaning over both of them.
Okay. All right. Talia, your turn.
Bamfing the wings up. I'm getting down to them as well.
Okay. So bounce the wings
Wait,
out.
I've got 50-foot movement speed, I believe.
Yep, and you can bonus action dash, so you
And
can
I
go
can bonus
100
action
feet.
dash, so I can still have an action. So bear with me a sec while I try.
Well,
to
you
make-
just used your action to bamf out the wings.
Whatever. I just try
I'm
and
just-
move first. I'm trying to. The fucking ruler's being a dick. Hang on. That way. Okay. Well,
Trying.
I was trying to remember what the thing is. Right. Okay. So that's 50 feet. And then, so what? I'm not going to get to them in this turn anyway.
Yeah, you can do another 50 feet if you wanted to with a bonus action dash.
Yeah, I'll do that. Just so I'm close enough. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
Fence. Ish.
Ert's turn. Ert is conscious again on 1 hit point.
Cool. Would it take a full turn to pull more diamonds out of a bag?
Yes, in this case, because it would be out of the book. That's where you stored most of your
Doesn't
diamonds. It would be
Revivify have a
getting the book
casting?
out, flipping through it,
Fine.
and finding the diamonds to withdraw them.
Does Revivify not have a casting time?
1 action.
Okay, so it's not. Okay, cool.
Can she vaguely see floaty guy on the left?
Yeah. Well, she's prone currently, so probably not, especially not around you, but if she got up, maybe.
Yeah, probably move, kind of half get up and see if she can, like, only as much as she would need to spot the guy.
Yeah.
Not to completely kill the party, but doesn't Revivify just stabilize? Not actually.
No.
Revivify
Revivify
brings them
returns
back
to
from the
life at
dead.
1 hit
It's,
point.
Gentle Repose is what.
Yeah, Gentle Repose
yeah.
is to stabilize. Revivify comes back to life on 1 hit point.
Right.
I'm the only one that could do
But
that.
you have to do it within a minute of them
Dying.
going into death.
Otherwise, you need an actual revival spell.
Yeah, which then also brings them back with levels of exhaustion.
Yeah.
And that's also a revive ritual, which we haven't ever
which
done.
takes
But
that.
yeah, so Urt could peek around and see if she stood up.
Yeah, 5th level Dispel Magic.
Okay. 5th level.
Which one?
Hang on.
Depends if your fly spell is 5th level or not.
It's
Otherwise, it's an
not.
automatic
What is
success.
the range on Dispel Magic?
120 foot.
It is.
Yeah.
And they're not close enough to counterspell. Fuck.
Yeah, one's 105 and one's 90. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 60-foot range for a counterspell. So yeah, the Dispel Magic goes off, and they
Take a swim, bitches.
they are going to reactionary cast Featherfall on themselves, though. The other ones didn't manage it, but this one will. So they are just now floating downwards.
Bye. I'll do.
But they are still going downwards.
That's our War Cleric for us. 1 hit point and still fighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
End of Urt's turn.
Don't waste any
I
more
think
diamonds.
that's
I've got
all she can do, unless... I'm just going to check the mace, whether the mace is a bonus action or not for her healing on
I
the mace.
believe the mace for the
really?
slam is an action.
Okay, I thought it had a passive as well.
No, it is just an action. You choose between the damage or the healing, and you slam it into the ground as an action.
Cool.
Yep. Okay. Zandal, your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to move over here. You know that Featherfall that they just cast?
Yeah.
They cast 4th level spell magic.
Yep. They plummet out of view. They have no reaction left.
Fuck off. This happens. Nice try.
I was literally looking at the spell magic when you said it. I was like,
I'm just like, get out of here.
Why the hell is counterspell a thing if it's not got a longer range than dispel magic?
Yeah, I thought counterspell was quite long range.
No, it's only
Doesn't matter.
60 foot.
Only 60. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Sweet.
So really, dispel magic is the superior spell, but it's just that counterspell's a reaction rather than an action.
Well, it's the superior spell for concentration things, but
Yeah.
not for fireball.
Yeah.
Okay, so we out
End of
combat?
your turn, Sandal.
yeah.
We've still got one more.
Okay.
Oh, this one. Yeah, I didn't
Awesome.
realise we did
Your
both
turn.
of them or not.
Did we still have one more?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
there's one over here.
Ah, right.
I thought
Probably,
originally when he did the Dispel Manager, for some reason I thought it was
Yeah.
on both of them, which is
probably out of your hand crossbow range down there, unless you want to move.
Yeah, I can move up. I couldn't see it because I had my display
thing
pop
zoomed
out
in.
over the top of it, and then I moved it down, looking for them at the top of here. So
Yeah.
it was still covering them.
Where are they?
Gone. Yeah, hand crossbows. Long range is 120.
That would be at disadvantage, though.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't even think I can get within. No, I can't. So 18 to hit.
18 to hit. They're going to use a reaction to cast shield, and the bolt clashes off the arcane shield.
Then a 27.
At disadvantage, yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, so that's an
Yeah.
18 for and a yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so they both just clash off of the arcane shield. Okay. Any movement from you, or is that it?
No, I'll stay back here for now.
Okay. Ulgar is going to take careful aim with his crossbow. And yeah, actually hits even past the shield.
That's
Got
good
a
aim.
natural 19 plus 3. Does 7 points of damage to them. Doesn't kill them
Yeah,
just
there
yet,
you
but concentration
both.
check. They pass their concentration check. Okay.
Yeah, I think one of my first shots should have been at disadvantage as well.
Yeah, but it's all right.
Yeah. It
Uh,
ultimately didn't matter because I think it was against that one, and they only took a bit of damage, and then
Yeah.
died from falling. So
Yeah. Okay. Vienna.
So what do I do now?
Vienna is dead. You know what? I'm going to do something interesting, quickly.
Okay.
Vienna, as your life left you, you find yourself in a pure white snowy field, and you see ahead of you a beautiful crystalline ice castle with 3 feminine figures, one young and live and beautiful, one
My favourite.
mature and also beautiful, and one a hunched-backed figure draped in black rags, beckoning your soul towards them.
The most beautiful of them all.
Yeah.
But that's what's
We love
happening
our
for
Vienna.
Vienna during this turn. Okay, Mage's turn. Yeah. Choices.
Choose wisely.
How fanatical are they?
Depends on whether they've had a Bistos, I guess.
One more magic missile on her. 3 shots.
It's fine.
She's on 1 hit point, so she immediately drops to 0 from the first shot, and then 2 failed death saves. So it goes back down. And yeah, then I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. They're just going to fly off in this direction. They've gone 20 feet past that. But they're still within vision range if anyone wants to try anything on their turns, but they are leaving.
Stealth assassin, you're abandoning.
Oh yeah, no, I'm absolutely going to try something on that.
Okay, Val, your turn. You've just watched 3 black darts slam into Urt again, knocking her back to the ground.
Don't waste diamonds.
No, lay on hands.
Oh yeah, because they're only in death saves.
On 2 death saves, so if I heal her, she's...
I know, I just meant that Vienna's dead. I was just saying don't waste diamonds. I've got her.
Yeah, so I'm going to pump 40 hit points back into Urt.
Okay, so Urk is back conscious again.
Yep.
Anything else?
Just thinking... Where is it? The healing from the Shield of the Sun, that's just for me, right?
Yeah, from the solar thing, that only affects you. I think you can possibly share it. I can't remember what I put for the full effect of the passive heal. You can choose to take an action to heal for the same amount up to a number of no, so that's just for you, yeah.
I'm just gonna potentially start getting my bag in place, just in case we need diamonds, but I'm not actively aware that Talia's on her way.
Okay.
I mean, you can see me.
Talia, your turn. Well, he's not looked behind him yet.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna fly over to Vienna. Oh,
Okay.
look, how convenient that was literally just what did I do?
You put
How did
your
I do it?
token. Oh.
How did I do that?
I know where you are. Hang on, there you go.
Okay, I was just like, how did I do that? That makes no sense. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't have
thought
access.
I'd gone into the DM's layer. I'm like, I shouldn't be able to do that. Someone should tell Roll20.
No, it's me. That was my way of covering the holes on the bridge.
Oh, right. Okay, so the extra tiles. Right. I will pull her into my arms and I will say, not today, my friend. And I will lean down so that my lips are next to hers and breathe life back into her and cast Revivify.
Okay. You watch
So
as
like
this
necrotic stuff comes out.
ghostly greenish energy flows from Talia's lips into Vienna's, and Vienna, as you are trudging through that snow, some flutter of raven's feathers goes past your vision, and you come back to life.
To me, right in your face, and I just wag up my eyebrows at you and go, "Hello, darling."
all I can do is, can you remember? There was this bright light. Meanwhile,
That was literally going through my head the minute Paddy was over that. It's like Tommy from Neverwinter Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was literally what happened.
Okay. Ert's turn.
Ert is probably.
She's got another dispel. Do it, because I'll dispel again on the featherfall.
So if he's in range. 105.
Oh, yeah, he's in range.
20.
Well, he's 20 feet further away than that.
20 feet further away. Yeah.
Yeah, so he'd be 125 feet. However,
You can fly.
she could just walk over here,
Yeah.
and then she'd be within 120 feet. So, yeah,
Okay.
5th level Dispel Magic.
Okay. You cast the dispel magic.
Never abandon a contract.
They are also going to reaction cast Featherfall on themselves, drifting downwards.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess Sandal's about to dispel magic, yeah?
Yeah, I'm literally going to move to here. I've mapped it out, and that should put me in range to dispel magic at 4th level.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Curious Featherfall's not concentration, but it's still, yep, you still manage it, and you watch as they plummet into the water below as well. Gonna move them to the. There we go. And as that happens, you can all take a breath.
No breathing here. I need to go fix my robots. So a lot of mending going on.
Against the wall, smoking whiskers.
It's at this point that you, as you watch all across the bridge, illusions vanish.
Well, that was nice, I guess. It's all right, you're
Everyone
off mute.
okay?
Altgard
You're
is
on
just
mute.
like patting out embers in his beard as he calls out, starting to wonder if you lot are worth paying 2,000 gold for.
No refunds. I have a question. When a fine steed drops to 0 hit points, do they just, or do they?
They just poof
Yeah,
until
same
you.
as my familiar.
Same as a familiar. They just poof until you summon them again.
I was just making sure that I didn't have like a dead Pegasus body that was right next to me.
No.
Vienna, welcome to the club.
I've never revived someone from the dead before. How does it feel, Vienna?
Well, Vienna
How is
tells
this?
Like,
Everyone else, I'm still
Waking up to
holding
your
you.
face right next to me, I can't complain.
yeah. So yeah, Vienna would say to Talia, it's like, well, I saw the 3 Fae of the Winter Court, and I was walking towards them, and then I saw all these feathers, and
Yeah,
then
she does that. She's a little melodramatic, the Raven Queen. She likes it.
and then I saw your face. Like,
I know, beautiful,
I'm a
right?
believer.
Then I saw her face. Do. I am getting a little tired of being on the floor now, though.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit shit, isn't it? And then I'll like stand up, bounce the wings down, and then just like offer a hand to help you up.
Yeah.
Up you get, my friend.
I was just looking through his bag at all the diamonds in his bag and just trying to weigh up which is like 300 gold's worth and like
You want me to
refills
help?
his...
I'm really good at
There's a
judging how
conga line at the
expensive gems are.
other side of the bridge of repairing. I'm repairing Hacker, Hacker's repairing Emily.
It's like a
300
conga
gold's
line of
worth.
repairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the left one's 300. That one's 250. It's a bit damaged. Polish it. No one will know.
Shove some into my defibrillator. That was fun.
Guard is going to slowly
By fun,
move
you mean not
across,
fun.
carefully avoiding the holes.
We'll just yell across the bridge. Come on, you're holding us up. Let's go.
Blossom and Xandal. Now that it's not in the middle of combat and you guys are crossing the bridge, being careful to avoid the holes, both of you make me perception checks, please.
Wait for Aaron to come back to do his.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And he was
I
there
don't
a
always
second ago.
I didn't always have the webcams up because I'm having to click between different screens.
Yeah, he's only got two screens, right?
I've got
Or
one
one.
screen currently.
One screen, yeah.
Yeah, I used to have two with the laptop, but with the desktop I've only
You
got
want it
one.
for the robots as well?
Just you.
Okay.
The robots wouldn't really be doing what you would be doing in this case. Yeah,
He's doing
Xandal's not paying attention to anything other than his broken, singed robots.
That tracks.
Still thinking about bananas.
Blossom, on the other hand, as you are moving along, you sort of occasionally glance into the water just in case any of these figures re-emerge. You're sure they won't do. At the speed they hit the water, they're probably dead instantly. But as the water froths and roils, as you take a glance, you spot something at the bottom of this waterfall basin.
Right.
Some large shape. It's indistinct, and the movement of the water is making it hard to realize what it is, but you can tell that there's something at the bottom of this waterfall basin.
How large?
Guessing, looking at rough sort of sizing, you would guess anywhere between 50 to 100 feet in size.
Oh, piss it off.
Can I get any idea of what it kind of looks like? Color, shape?
The water as it currently is from this high, you can't. You would have to try and go lower down to see, or potentially into the water itself.
I'll tell everyone to hold up and ask if they can see that as well.
Yeah, and as Blossom points it out to all of you, as you come back towards sort of the middle of the bridge and look out, you all do begin to see this shape at the bottom of the waterfall.
The hell is it?
Who knows?
I mean, it could be a
God.
monster. I don't really want to piss it off. We've just had a fight. Vienna is very weak right now. She needs rest.
Can we make more friends?
I mean, there's no way to tell if it's friendly. Wait no.
Well, could be some kind of treasure, an artifact.
Can god dragons swim?
Guy goes, not, I don't know, probably. I wouldn't know for certain.
I mean,
Well,
calling me
down,
crazy, but it would be a
lie
pretty
down, get a
interesting place
better
to
look.
sleep for a couple of 100 years, right?
Could be.
Hey Val!
Yo.
Do you want to fly down there and have a look?
No.
I mean, I could drop down to the point that the current might sweep me away.
I could send Hawk.
As I was listening to that, I just had visions of like, I get followed around by tall, strong women. Blossom's now just being followed around by the Leviathan he fished.
I don't know if there's any real way of. I don't want to.
I was gonna say,
a
can
monster.
you-
It might piss it off. Like I could go under the water. I don't need to breathe. But
Can you send your
need to swim.
familiars?
My familiar's a rat, currently.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Wait, no, I need to resummon it. I could make it a. Give me like 10 minutes. I could make it a fish.
I'm not
Use this
willing
time
to
to do
risk
some.
throwing Emily in
Well,
there
I was
to
thinking
sonar it.
first
So.
step would be getting a little
I
closer.
mean, Emily can swim,
Anywhere.
yeah. Emily's aquatic,
I
right?
mean,
20 feet up or something.
she is, but like until player actually remembers to update character sheets on them, she's pretty much like one-hit wonder at the moment.
So too weak.
She could. Well, she can dive in. She wouldn't actually get hurt by the dive because of her shape.
I
The
just
issue
meant
is
risking
getting
if
her
it is
back out.
nasty, it could kill her and then she'd wash away and you'd lose her. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll just
I'll
keep
make
it in the back of our minds for now.
Why don't I just make my familiar a fish and send it on to have a look?
Could you not turn her back into a raven and then just fly closer and just have a look? Shouldn't have to get into the water.
Not very perceptive when she's a raven, though.
Fish would be better.
A fish could actually see. I don't really use her for much, to be fair, so I could always resummon her and change her shape later. I'll sit down. Give me like 10 minutes, and I'll make her into like a salmon.
Okay.
Because
So
they
as
can
you
like swim upstream, so they'd be able to handle the current.
As you cast the ritual and the arcane red light coalesces into a flopping, shaking
And I'll be like,
salmon.
I'm really sorry. Throws her off the bridge so that she lands
Yep.
in the water, and then
Yep.
I will.
With a plop.
Can someone like watch me, protect me, please? And I will look through their eyes.
Okay. As you look through their eyes, you see them swimming up the path along with against the current, up to the bowl under the waterfall, the white water frothing around them as they dive down. To see at the bottom of this bowl bones
Oh.
in the shape of a 100-foot long dragon skeleton.
I guess that answers the question as to whether your gold dragon's still alive or a dragon. There's a big ass fucking dragon skeleton down there.
He watches. Ultgard goes, "Oh, well, that's not
It
good."
might not be them. It might not be them.
Should be another 100-foot dragon.
Yeah, it's this very big, really, really big skeleton of a dragon.
Guessing it's a bit late for Revivify.
It's like Revivify won't work on something
Speak
that
for-
dead.
speak to
You
dead.
need true resurrection at that point.
Have roll a perception check. So just roll me a d20, and we'll say for a salmon, give it a +2.
Okay, so a d20 plus 3, d20. Fuck's sake. Of course, I wanted, so of course I roll fucking shit. 7.
That's a 19.
It's come up as 19.
Come up as 19
The
and rolled
dice
19.
told me I rolled 7, so okay, 19, 20.
Yeah.
Okay, so 21.
Okay, cool.
Fl-
Good.
Flipping around this skeleton and looking it over, there does not seem to be a lot in the way of damage to the actual skeleton itself until it comes to the back of the neck, just behind the head. And there is crushed bones there. Absolutely, like it, quite obviously, whatever happened to kill this creature, it was killed by a very powerful bite to the back of the neck.
I think they were killed by a Umbra Blade. Whatever killed this crushed the back of its neck like a powerful bite. It would have to be another dragon, because the size of it. I'm sorry to be a bearer of bad news, I guess.
Well, it was always a possibility. It would be unlikely that Jataris would allow Umbra Blade to move into his territory, but there was always a little bit of hope.
Again, it could just be another dragon. It's not necessarily them, but...
True, but the timeline makes sense. Everything kind of makes sense.
I'll like say
That's
a
a
little like burial rite, Raven Queen burial rite thing, just offer respect, and then I'll bamf my familiar away.
Okay.
Just need to remember they're a fish.
Okay. Once the party's all together, just to sort of like help with healing as
I
best I
didn't get
can.
once.
Most of the rest of us did. Where's my spell? Aura of Vitality I'm going to cast. So then, bonus actions every round. Just, like randomly heal 2d6 to everyone themselves.
Yep.
For a minute.
I'll have brought Artax back as well in the 10 minutes that we were bringing Queenie back.
And I'll have like pathetically healed Fiona because it's just funny. Have 7. That's pretty good for me. I just think it's like, really funny that I'm just a really shit healer.
1.
Because my healing spell is so rubbish. I can bring people back from the dead, but can I heal a cut? Nope.
Oh gosh, you might just have to give me a total at the end.
Yeah. As a lap.
Literally over the. How many have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need another 8.
That's 50.
I need another 2.
Yep.
9, 10. Since them 2 were the 2 that was first 5 go to Vienna, second 5 go to
I'm gonna have to do some mathematics now, aren't I?
Not mathematics.
Not mathematics.
So Vienna gets 16, 20, 22, 32, 1, 2, 3, 4, 41.
41.
To get 5, 8, 17, 24, 31.
Thank you.
Probably top up with the mace as well. So that'd be another 19. That's for everybody.
Ultgard sighs happily as the light washes over him and goes, "Ah, that's a bit better, thanks."
Onwards? It's got to be easy from here,
Hey,
right?
I think we should probably break camp a little earlier tonight, but let's get a little bit away from the waterfalls first. And as you all continue onwards, as the night begins to draw in, you manage to get a good couple of hours more walking behind you, getting far enough away that the sound of the waterfalls now is just a light roar in the distance as you pull into a small cave to set up your camp, saying "I'll activate," bringing out the llama, setting up the camp.
Kills me every time. I'll activate. It's a stupid fucking.
But it
And-
works.
It's great.
Absolutely.
I hear it in the Robot Wars announcer voice. Activate.
I'll activate. But you all settle in, begin making some food, binding your wounds, mending your armor, equipment, and clothing that had been probably very heavily singed. Ultgard is pulling out reams of paper and drawing maps as you all begin your rest. Is there anything anyone wants to do?
I'll probably take a watch rather than Vienna and actually let her just.
Yeah, Fiona
Yeah.
will just rest.
Val gives Vienna purity pudding.
Okay, so that cures away one level of exhaustion, and the rest will cure another.
And I'm gonna like just meditate and kind of feel out the Raven Queen for a bit.
Okay.
Trying to make a habit of it, as I feel like I need to be a bit more devoted to my god now.
Okay. All right. Eventually, those of you who need to sleep go to your sleeps, and the two who are taking watches prepare to do so. Could you both roll me perception checks for your respective watches?
Yeah.
22.
Robots are gonna do watches all night as well.
Yep.
Emily, Hacker. Hacker's too busy complaining about life.
For goodness sake, I got burned. I don't like being burned. Not happy with this. So, the night passes. Talia, during your watch, you don't see anything untoward in or around your cave. But you do hear, off in the distance, roars and gouts of something. And as you peek out of the cave, you see over, a few peaks over, multiple gouts of fire and the clashing of claws against scale as you just barely see in the distance a gold and a red dragon fighting over the peaks.
I'm gonna go up to the dwarf dude and be like, hey,
Oh, Ultgard's asleep in his tent.
yeah, I'm gonna like sneak in and like wake up and wake him
Okay.
up.
As he wakes up, he goes, "Hey, what?
I
Hey!"
You know that skeleton I found under the lake?
Aye.
It's a gold dragon fighting a black dragon outside. Maybe
Red.
that one in...
Red dragon.
Oh, red
Gold
dragon.
versus red.
Okay,
Ultgard
a
sort
gold
of
fighting
comes
a red.
out and sort of stumbles with you, still sleepy, and he looks up and goes, "No, those are young dragons. Territorial dispute."
Sorry.
That's
I
fine.
just really wanted to... I really want the big gold dragon to be alive.
I really don't think they are. I'm pretty sure that dragon's dead. But thanks for trying. Now, if you don't mind,
Sorry.
I'm
Sorry,
still
go-
a little
go-
singed around the edges.
Go back to sleep, sorry.
All right, he stumbles off back to his tent, going in and pulling the flap closed.
I'm just gonna like grumble because I really wanted to meet a gold dragon.
Xandal, during your watch, Emily remains extremely vigilant. Hacker is just slumped over in a corner, drawing circles with his finger in the mud because of the amount of times he's gone down in the past 2 days.
It's just doing the little infinity symbol and...
Yeah. However,
You okay there,
Xandal,
buddy?
Xandal,
Yeah.
as everyone else is asleep or meditating or inactive in Talia's case, you were one of the ones who signed the contract
I
What
signed
kind
it
back
too.
in Zinabazab. Yep, well, Xandal's the only one who's
I
currently
didn't.
actively conscious.
I
Did you
didn't.
sign- You
I didn't sign it. No.
No, it was only
Okay.
I
me
went
who
out to.
signed it. No one else signed it.
Okay.
Wait, no, I think Blossom, did you sign it?
No.
No, it is just me and Vienna that
Okay.
signed the contract.
All right. Well, Xandal, because Talia is technically always active, you see the fire in the middle of the camp flare up and begin glowing with this hellish red flame
Uh-oh.
as a figure begins to form within the flames.
Guys.
Crack open an eye. What?
Something's coming out of the fire.
That's not normal.
And you see a small imp dressed in an expensive red suit with a golden tie, dusting itself off, wearing a small messenger satchel. Take that method of travel. Oh, hello.
Hello.
I'm sat there with my hammer, like, oh.
It's all right. Is this to do with the contract?
Yes, I'm looking for. He reaches into the messenger bag and pulls out a like a sheaf of parchment. And goes, a Talia Darkthorn and a Vienna Hylian.
That's me.
That'd be them too.
Hello.
Excellent. I won't take too much of your time. Just reaches into the satchel and pulls out a sack of 4,000 gold pieces and slams it down.
The
Unfortunately,
contract failed.
the contract is not completable. This is your refund. There are no more repercussions for you because it was a failure on our end of the contract. Very good. Have a nice day. And he starts to head back towards the fire.
At least we
Wait,
got some
can you
money.
tell us why it failed?
You are not the contract signer. I am not
Why
required
did
to
it
speak to
fail?
you.
Why did it fail? Talk to me.
A number of the faceless were slain easily enough, but one, when we kept slaying them, kept coming back, and it has been determined that it is impossible to slay them permanently without the use of devilish iron, which you did not allow us to use. Thus, the contract
Fair
is now
enough.
void and cancelled.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. If you excuse me, I have other missives to deliver. And they walk back into the fire, which flares up, and their form dissolves into fire and vanishes.
I bet you anything the one that once stayed dead is Slade? No.
Shade.
I know, why am I just thinking of like DC Comics or something?
It's
Slade?
not Beholder.
Well,
What's his name again?
Shade.
Shade! Why did I have
But-
Slade in my head? Weird.
You know, Shade is supposedly here in the Drake Crags. You had sent these devils to the Ghostlight Woods.
So who's
Yeah, we're after a woman. There was a woman or something.
It was the
wasn't there?
woman. There was a woman that went that
Hmm.
way. Fully enough, did you suspect it
Ah,
from one?
I have a suspicion as to who it is, but that would be meta, so I'm not going to say anything.
I'm purposely not reminding you of what her name was. That's on all of you.
I know who it is, I think.
mean-
Again, that's me,
Yeah,
not Talia. Talia has no clue.
No, Talia would have been told. The name was mentioned.
No, yeah. They were the name was mentioned in passing by a member of the
Oh.
Faceless. You guys
Yeah.
mentioned that it was a certain person going north with the other Faceless, but that's down to you guys to remember. I'm not providing you with that right now.
No, I've got nothing. No idea.
It was like something lady or something stupid like that. I can't remember.
Right, we can scroll back through the episodes.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me just
Ultgard
for my,
again
for my
comes
own thing.
out of his tent with his crossbow and just looks around at you all and goes, "Really, not worth the 2,000 gold," and just goes back into his tent, collapsing into his bedding.
Okay, other than that,
Go back to sleep.
long rest, and I get rid of my bloody exhaustion.
Yep, no more exhaustion for you.
Yep, all your exhaustions are gone.
Not
Some-
that
As
it keeps me
Some
stood up,
faceless dead.
but
Didn't cost us anything.
yeah.
As morning dawns and you all get up and begin preparing for the day's travel ahead, having a hearty breakfast and preparing,
You know
Vienna,
Yes.
a small spider scuttles over
No,
and then multiplies and multiplies,
no.
and eventually from within it a letter forms.
Fantastic. Here we
That-
go.
Creepy way of delivering a letter. Not gonna lie, I would have been freaking the fuck out. I would have been like, whoa, stop multiplying, please no.
Is it bad that my brain immediately went to a letter as in like a letter of the alphabet, like Sesame Street style?
The letter T or something.
Spiders
Brought
are
to you
sponsored
today by the spiders, the letter R.
Yeah.
I will pick up said letter and read it.
Okay, you open it and you're expecting it to be from your mother.
Actually, I was expecting it to be from one of my sisters, so before I open it, I'm going to check it.
Okay, go ahead, roll an investigation check.
Oh, fuck.
You see nothing wrong with the letter, and as you break the seal and open it, there is a puff of perfumed gas. I need you to make a con save, please.
Guidance.
You're not near enough. Not. It's a full action.
God damn it.
18.
18.
Oh.
That is enough.
Oh, you're right.
You smell this perfume and immediately pull away before you breathe in too much. As you know, you recognize this. This is one of your sister's famous poisons, which it basically fuddles the mind and would have reduced you to thinking like a toddler for 2 hours. It's one of her prank poisons more than anything.
Nice.
As you open the missive and look at it, it reads, "Dearest sister, having had more time to think on your offer, I have decided on something you could do for me. If you ever come back to Naveen, there's a man I want,
Okay.
but he is engaged to another house. It would be such a shame if he were to be persuaded otherwise. I leave the details to your imagination. Yours sincerely, your dearest sister."
Oh, Wrecker.
And you would know, Vienna, this is extremely common in Drow society.
It's like,
Especially amongst the higher houses. It's like courtesans and that sort of thing. Male courtesans are highly sought after and will normally like move between houses to find the best offer.
Okay. I'm good at this sort of thing. That's doable. I should Vienna will put that in her pocket. That's if I
Meanwhile-
can survive this bloody place first.
Meanwhile, Val, as you are just digging
Ridiculous.
into a bit of bacon and eggs and enjoying yourself and having a nice morning, you receive a sending.
Yeah.
Oh, here
However,
we go.
Love these.
Not-
I
Brace
live for
yourself.
these. Yeah.
however, not from who you expect.
Oh.
You expect the voice of that wizard to come through. Instead, alright, you bloody winged lizard.
Hey.
Just coming in to. Nearly. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Really, I'm fine.
I'm alright. I'm alright.
I'm alright.
I'm alright.
Got to
Let's go.
got to Porphy, and we've heard some rumors about some group moving in near the divine city of Reforp to take advantage of the chaos there. Apparently masked. We're going to look into it. Dron, by the way.
I knew as soon as you did the accent, I was like, that's Dron.
P.S. Me mate's comatose. He drank too much. That's why I'm doing it.
The rethought plot ours?
What?
I'm talking to the rest of the group. I'm not replying to it yet.
What?
Is the rethought group ours?
No.
No.
Rethorpe, we abandoned it and it was full
Yeah.
of the slard. And they've just basically
Slars were
sent
scorched
the,
earth.
the masked people going
So-
in to Rethorpe.
I'll convey the message
Mm.
to the rest of the party what Drunkerface has said.
Oh, so, swapping one occupation for another. Sounds about right.
We'd
Same
be
thing
warning
happened in
about
Durna.
the city, I guess.
Is there anything in Reforp for the Faceless? There wasn't a gem there, right?
No, but
No.
were the slard working with the Faceless?
I doubt it.
They might be teaming up.
Well, but they... I don't think Rixali would make deals with other entities from other things. Maybe?
In fairness, I don't think the Slav care.
No.
I don't think the Slot God cares about that, but they kind of want the same thing as she does. In the sense
Probably
of
not
they
too
want
happy
more
with
territory.
us.
No,
So they've
potentially.
both got a common enemy now.
Not good. Either way, more information is required.
I'll just say something along the lines of keep up the good luck. Keep up the good work. I hope your friend wakes up without too sore a head. If you see a crazy guy in the under elements of Rethorpe with a grey beard, say we said hello.
That was probably more
You-
than 25 words.
Yeah, you don't get a reply. I'm not keeping them to 25 words too much at the moment because this is like
As long as it's
reports
not like
and
a
stuff.
grand speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said something along the lines of, so I could have cut it down if... Yeah.
Okay. But as the morning comes to fruition and you all prepare to set out on your next day's journey, I need someone to roll a d20 for me.
We had a 7.
We'll check.
7.
No, we have not had a 7. Okay. Setting off, you begin heading further away from the roaring of the waterfalls, heading back deeper into the mountains. And as the morning goes on, you begin climbing higher and higher, climbing deeper into the mountains themselves. And as it gets to around midday, you crest over a small rise and look down into a absolutely beautiful valley.
Oh,
It is filled with like plains of grass just filling this alleyway, with flowers growing amongst it, and a beautiful mirror sheen like lake. As you
Pretty.
walk through, it is beautiful and pretty, and there's just this calming aura. And though you are up so high, it's not cold, and the wind is blowing gently rather than as strongly as it has been in other parts of the road. This area just feels calming. You get the feeling that if you rested here, it would be more beneficial than other places.
we just had a rest.
Take a short rest.
This is the problem when you roll on a random table. Sometimes you get what you need, sometimes you don't get what you need.
Hey, it's not combat. That's a win in my book. So
Take a short rest. We
Yeah.
could go down to the lake and just take a breather.
we just
after.
had a rest. You can't rest straight
Do
after.
we have time?
No, this has been a
really?
couple of hours. Like
Oh,
you guys
okay.
have been traveling for like 6 hours by this point.
I suppose we could collect some water and supplies, maybe.
Can have a
Why not?
little time of reflection, I suppose.
Or it's
Why
not
not?
a trap. False sense of security.
This
Given
No,
everything that's
Can I roll a
so
perception
far,
check
I
to see if this is a mirage?
It's a
can't
lake.
not bring it up.
You can if you want.
Why not? Just in case. 21. Thank you, reliable talent. You beautiful, beautiful
Yep.
tree.
Looking around, everything appears exactly as it should be.
Seems fine to me.
Go have a short rest then, I guess.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Collect some water.
As we're sat there, I'm gonna sort of like sidle up to her a little bit, just like, would I be able to get you to send a message?
Yeah, I can send a message for you.
It would be to Finri, just to sort of like see how she's getting on, what she's up to, tell her I love her, and that when she's free, try and contact me. So
And
she's
that
got
you're
me.
okay.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Okay, I do that. You watch as she mumbles the incantation and then goes, Finri, he's hurt. Sandal says hi. He is okay. Missing you lots. Feel free to try and get in contact. Would love to hear from you. And then she sort of sits there for a few minutes and then goes, Miss Finri says she misses you too. And to let you know, wedding is nearly fully booked. invites are being sent, and she is looking into booking honeymoon.
Okay.
Also, why has she received a letter from someone named Talifa?
Who?
The cloud giant from the day before.
What?
What does the letter say? That's more concerning than the fact I got a letter.
I know, never mind who sent it. What does it say?
Oh,
That is not included in the sending.
oh dear.
No.
Something
Well,
about
I'm hoping
bananas.
she gets in touch. Yeah, I'm hoping she gets in touch so I can clarify.
Can I check the mirror?
Yeah.
See what my boo's up to.
As you glance in the mirror, you see it currently set up not in any place you recognize. It's not Gunter's room, and it's not in the Jigging Jester as far as you can tell. If in anything, it's in some what looks like an underground chamber. And you watch as Gunter comes swaggering into view, not looking at the mirror, shirtless, wearing just a pair of like tied on like almost like loose fitting cloth trousers, as he goes into a pose and beckons someone, and you see the diamond drill, the Goliath, come into the view, and they begin to spar.
I didn't doubt you, baby. I didn't doubt you. You wouldn't do that to me. So I'm just gonna watch, because two guys shirtless fighting. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they are proper going at it, and you can just see like the sweat glistening in the candlelight,
Yeah.
and the hits going through. And
What is it? Lady boner.
and at the actual culmination of the fight,
Who
you
wins?
see Gunter win by doing a feint and then kissing the diamond drill on the cheek, causing them to reel back in complete shock, allowing
he does get
Gunter to put them in a submission hold.
They'll just be staring at him with a raised eyebrow, like, really? And I'm gonna be like,
Again, he hasn't noticed the mirror. He's just, it's obviously he took it with him and has set it up just in case, but he hasn't checked it.
I'll just be like, I'm here.
But after a few minutes, they both leave, obviously going to get cleansed and dressed and sorted. But that's all you see
What?
during the remnant of your short rest at this place.
Can you send a message?
I can, yeah?
Can you say Talia saw you kiss him?
Okay,
In
who am I
the,
sending this to?
Gunter, sorry. I probably should have
okay.
specified.
All right, and again, she mutters the incantation and goes, Talia saw you kiss him. Talia saw you kiss him. Kissing.
Quite what I meant. Yeah.
And then you just see Urt go bright, dark bronze and go, I can't repeat what he just said.
Oh, come on. Tell me, darling. Just whisper
She
it in my ear.
leans
Roll
and whispers
bananas.
it into your ear, and it is extremely rude. Along the lines of, if you wanted, I'd do more than kiss him.
No, I'm pissed that he kissed him, if I'm honest. Just say no kissing. No kissing others.
Is that, you want Urt to send another sending? To say that?
Burning all the spells.
Another third level
I'm
spell.
going to say, Bert, you've got another D20 roll for today yet.
Yeah.
Okay, sends
No.
that sending.
But I'm not saying that I don't know, just say not the no kissing, just like I had it in my head and then you disrupted my thought pattern. Fuck. Jealous or something? You're mine. That's what I wanted to say. No one
Okay.
else.
Talia says, you're mine, no one else's. Those lips should not be touching anybody else's skin. few minutes pass, goes even brighter dark bronze. And just she walks over to the lake,
Fortune
dunks her
Corgo.
head in, and there's just steam coming out.
Probably should have said your Talia's, not your mine. Might have come off that was trying to flirt.
Well, I said
He
the
knows,
first thing.
he knows.
The first thing I said was Talia says you're mine.
Yeah. Anyway. Coming off.
Okay.
I didn't realise that it could combust.
Yeah, well, when you talk to Gunter, he tends to make people react like that.
Yeah, actually, I
Shall we?
remember my first interaction with him. He was very overexcitable.
Anyway, though you have only rested here for 30 minutes, it feels like you've been resting for an hour as you complete a short rest in this location. And as you get up and prepare and begin moving again, eventually cresting back out of this valley and back onto the familiar mountainous paved road. I need someone to roll the second d20 for the day
Who
for me.
hasn't
I'll
rolled?
do that one. There we go.
I don't think we've had a 16.
Nope. Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry in
Whatever it is, I'm
advance.
sorry.
Whatever it
As
is, sorry in
The
advance.
sun is starting to go down behind the mountains. You are progressing along at a good pace, and you can see now in the distance, Ultgard points it out and goes, "Yup, that's the peak of the Golden Mountain over there." And as you look, you do see this large, slightly larger mountain with a slightly, not quite, it's the same color as all the mountains around it, but you can see what look like small glints of gold amongst the rock. Almost like seams of gold that are close to the surface. And as you are traveling along, Talia, with your passive perception, you would see it first. There is a small figure on the road ahead.
Hold up, everyone. There's something ahead. Small figure.
Oh, I guess we all look to see if it's a friend or foe.
Yeah, as you all look, it's quite far away at the moment. It's hard to make out, but it looks to be around the size of a dwarf or a halfling.
Can I send the hawk? Get closer.
Yeah, you can use the hawk talisman. Yeah, as you use the hawk talisman and zoom in, you see a small black scaled kobold trudging along, wearing simple leather armor, trudging along with a backpack on their back.
I'll relay this information.
Are they coming towards us or away from us?
They are coming towards you.
Okay,
I
we'll
don't
cross
see
paths in a minute.
kobolds out doing. I suppose it's late.
We'll just keep going in to see if it's friend
Yeah.
or foe, I guess.
Okay. As you continue on, you eventually see it on the trail, and it sees you, and you see it stop and sort of like pause, and you can see like in the distance it's like obviously looking around, trying to decide whether it needs to get off the road or keep walking towards you. It doesn't seem to necessarily know what to do just yet.
I'll call out and be like, "We mean you no harm if you mean us no harm."
Do you say that in common?
I guess. I only speak common or thieves can.
Okay. You
Or infernal.
you see it sort of flinch and look around, and you then hear it call out in a language that I presume Val will know, but anyone who knows Draconic hears it go, "Are you all going to hurt me?"
No.
That's
speak
what someone
Draconic.
who would hurt me is going to say.
You mean you no harm? You'll be fine.
Roll a persuasion check, Val.
Guidance. And touch his shoulder. you get a D4 on top of that. Not that that really will help, because at max you get 8.
5.
Oh man!
As you say that, you don't realise it, but a little bit of your breath weapon leaks out and flickers around your jaw. And you just see this kobold go, yeah. I won't get past you. Can you move to the side of the road and let me pass?
If we meant you harm, why would we... trying to think of the wording.
We just move out of the way.
Yeah,
and
just
then
move out of the
He
way.
knows that we,
We'll just
he
move
knows
out the
we don't
way.
mean any harm. So if we
Yeah.
stay and don't move, he's going to think we mean him harm. So
As you guys move to one side of the road, it moves across to the other and begins to sort of like gingerly, like constantly facing you, constantly on high alert, like
And I go,
draws level with you.
As he's
Okay,
coming
move.
round us, can I just like do a reading of him, sort of see if he's on a mission somewhere, if he's like...
Go ahead, roll an insight check for me. Don't get these often in.
yeah, we don't roll insight
Okay.
nearly enough. Hey!
Nice. So, you can immediately see he is terrified.
Mhm.
And he is glancing between every member of your group. But the two figures he seems the most terrified of is Val and Ultgard.
Mm.
And you look him over and he's dressed in plain traveling leathers. And on his back you can see this backpack and it's jingling and like clanking. And you see what looks like an alchemist kit on the side. And you get the feeling that this is in some way either a trader or a traveling alchemist of some kind, or someone setting out to go and become an alchemist.
I'll relay that to Val, because Val can obviously communicate to him, and might want to reiterate that we really don't mean him any harm. If actually he might be able to help us, we might be able to help him, and hopefully help him persuade.
Are you heading anywhere in particular? We've just come from that direction and we had some trouble with some people. Like, we're going as a group so that we can avoid a lot of the danger.
I'm fine. Skulk is fine. Skulk is clever and smart and good at hiding. Yes, good at hiding.
There was like 10 assassins that we struggled to fight against, so...
Skulk will be able to avoid them if he wants. He just didn't see you all in time. That's all.
Sure you don't want to come with us?
We're going in the
No,
opposite direction
don't.
to him.
Why would I go back home? And I left the
Oh.
Jeweled City on purpose to go out and make my name.
I mean, maybe you could help us get to the Jeweled City? Avoid any of the known routes?
Follow the road.
Ask
The road.
him to tell us about his city.
Can you tell us about your city at all?
Can I offer him a platinum, just to, and say, Val, can you tell him this is towards helping him make his way?
Yeah, I mean, we're willing to pay for information.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I help him? I don't know how, but
I mean, we're giving him gold. Is that not?
yeah.
It's flat check still.
Okay.
The gold has actually negated a disadvantage. Okay, 20. He reaches out and takes the platinum piece and looks and goes, ooh. All right. Maybe. Skulk's listening.
Ask him everything he knows about this area.
Yeah. Any
Any
tips,
dangers or
tricks, any sneaky back roads to get into the town to avoid... We've not had much luck on the main roads. We're quite a big group, so if there's...
Only one road to the mountain. This road. Only one road.
Okay.
When get in... you can see he's like debating on how much to tell you. Like
Would another coin help?
when getting, be careful of the Lord's living breath.
Living breath.
Yes,
What does that mean?
the Lord's breath come to life. It walks, it moves.
That'll be Umberblade being able to bring things back from the dead then.
Like dragons spit acid, they don't.
Are you on about the dragon or somebody else?
Ah, yes, Lord Umberblade. Yes.
Lord
He says it's an Umberblade.
How does
Also, beware the Dwegar. They can be a bit annoying.
What are they doing on the surface?
They're not there in the mountain.
But they live in the Underdark, right?
Yeah, they came
is
in
in
from
the
the
mountain.
Underdark.
Okay.
They tunneled in, and Lord Umberblade offered them the chance to live in ruined Dwarven City, and they found that very funny.
Bet they did.
Acting as a two-way translator right now.
Yeah, yeah.
I just realised I'm not speaking Draconic.
Yeah. Have you asked him if he's seen any of the masked? How much he's seen of the masked people, whether they've arrived, what he's seen of them.
Yeah, it's no sense repeating what we just said. Yeah.
I mainly worked on the farms, but yes, heard of them. Yes. They were around. They set up in Moradin's cathedral. Yes.
So
Good to
where
know.
that?
Highest level of the city.
Right.
Always go for the high ground, I guess.
But that's really not very clever, seeing as the Lord is in the lower levels. But then again, maybe that's a good thing to avoid him.
Thank you for your information.
It's actually been very helpful.
You see he sort of scuffs his foot, and then, you want any potions?
You got any healing?
Chilly.
He pulls his pack off and opens it up, and you see a number of vials within. And
have
you
like
see...
4
Well,
potions
it's
each
been
at
an
the
alchemist.
moment.
What was that, Ben?
I was saying, I think most of us have about 4 or 5 potions on us as it is.
No, probably do.
I got none. I don't have any potions. I don't know where you thought we had.
I've got a
most of them.
I've got
We were
one
given
superior,
Some.
Oh, I've got a greater. That's it. That's all I have.
and I've got one superior.
And
I've
you
got
see
one
as
greater.
he pulls out these vials and lays them out on the road, and you see 3 red liquid vials, about the size of a greater healing potion. But he also lays out 2 more vials. One is a murky brown color with what looks like a bit of toenail floating in it.
What is that?
And the other one is this slightly clear purplish liquid with a strange looking eye in it. He goes,
I'm assuming the toenail one's a potion of giant
Giant
strength.
strength.
he goes, these 3 Healy potions. This one, potion of hill giant strength. This one, potion of foresight.
How much is the foresight?
You see, he sort of thinks, go ahead and make a, well, you're translating through Val. Persuasion check at disadvantage then, because you're having to use a translator.
9.
9. Strange devil lady. 1,000 gold.
He says 1,000 gold.
I'm gonna like pull a dagger out and play with it in front of him and say, "Is he sure?"
Intimidation check, please. A reliable talent on intimidation.
Fucking the rival talent saved my ass.
Do I have to do an intimidation check as well because it's Talia and
No,
I'm really
it's
doing the
because
voice?
she's playing with the dagger.
I'm staring
that's-
directly at him while I'm asking you to
Yeah.
translate, and I'm playing with the dagger. So.
He sort of goes, yeah, 750.
Deal.
He passes you the potion of foresight, and you can add that to your.
Okay.
And basically, drinking it gives you the effect of the foresight spell.
Yeah, I gathered with the name, like,
Yeah.
Potion of Foresight. that
How
that was what
much
it did.
are your health potions?
Again, translating through Val.
If I can find it.
250 each.
250 each.
More expensive than we normally pay for them.
Oh, God, I can't
For a
find it.
greater, no. A standard healing potion is 100 normally.
Okay.
Greater is normally around 200. So he's maybe doing a little bit of a markup, but you can see, like Vienna, with that previous insight check, you can see he's winging it.
He's
Like,
making it up.
He's obviously
Sure this
made
potion
potions.
exists? Because I can't find it.
Potion of foresight. No, I've just literally mark that you've got a potion of foresight somewhere, and
Okay, I just have to, like, create a...
Notes, yeah.
but yeah, you can see he's obviously like he's been practicing alchemy for a good part of his life, but from the sound of it, in a very insular community where probably it's a case of he just made them under orders. This is his first time actually bartering and trading.
Val, could you let this kobold know that I am reading him so well? Just make him aware that I'm aware that his lack of knowledge of the world is showing its colours. And I'm willing to help him, if he so wishes.
I will convey that.
Persuasion check with advantage, Vienna.
And
I mean, you
another
can't get better than that, so...
one. Yay!
Yeah? He sort of looks up at you and goes, Skulk will listen to pretty drow lady.
Oh, I see how it is. I can't... lady, you're pretty.
So Vienna will say, first of all, I recommend you learn another language if you're going to make it out there.
Learn common.
Yeah, learn common. So start learning that. And
Skulk will hide at edge of villages and listen. Yes, Skulk will listen and learn.
And Vienna will kind of give like a rough idea of what things should be valued at, just to give him more of a.
As
scope.
Val translates this, you watch as he pulls out. At first, you think it's parchment, but then you see it's like it's skin. It's been made from skin, and you're not entirely sure what skin.
Don't ask questions.
And he's like scribbling on it to like make notes of what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'll basically give him some tips of trade, using more of my diplomacy skill more than anything. But yeah,
Val will
I'll give
tackle
him
to
a
the
little
end
tip.
and just be like, also, translators and third parties normally take a cut of a deal. I'm not going to, but just for your awareness, if you don't learn another language, you're going to be paying for somebody to know the language for you.
Right. Okay. Skulk will learn. Skulk will learn. Yes, Skulk will do
And
well.
also, don't try and swindle travelers with overpriced potions.
So, on that note, potions.
Yes. Skulk will do 3 for 600.
I can work with that.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, she'll hand over 600 gold.
You see, he's like looking at all this gold and going, I haven't had this much gold in ages.
So I will take. There's 3 greater potions, wasn't it?
Yeah, 3 greater healing potions.
That you tapped now, are you completely out of potions except for that one?
He picks up the potion of Hill Giant Strength and goes, still got this, and he shakes it, and you watch it as the finger, the toenail just swirls inside.
Oh, nice.
Fair enough.
I've just thought, how do we know that this kobold can count? We could maybe just swindle him.
No.
We've got a weakness for kobolds.
Yeah, here's 600, hands over one.
Yeah.
Try if you want.
Wish I'd thought of that when I just gave him
Just saying.
750 gold.
Yeah.
That's fine. I got plenty.
Yeah.
Right, we can always
Cool.
just rob him later. I'm joking, and I'm not saying that out loud as my character.
It's true. There's only one kobold.
Well, wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Gulk will go now, and he puts that potion back in, and he pulls out a different one, looks at Ollie and goes, Skulk, show why Skulk will be fine. And he downs a potion. No, he downs the potion, and though he doesn't go invisible, you watch as in a puff of smoke, he reappears 100 feet up the road.
Ah,
Then
potion.
downs,
Blink?
then downs another potion and turns invisible.
Is it blink potion or some shit? Probably.
By the way, Vienna,
yes.
with that insight check as well, throughout that whole conversation, you did notice Skulk's eyes kept flicking to Ultgard. The whole
Right.
time.
Hmm. Wary of dwarves, maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah, you do remember, like, they literally stole that city from dwarves.
Yeah. Vienna will kind of say that to our dwarf companion. I'll say he was very nervous of you.
Hey, well, I kept my mouth shut. I was tempted to shoot the little bugger, but I'm not going to go off the handle.
He was useful.
Seemed pretty harmless. In fact, he seemed very keen to actually leave.
Mm.
Hey, well, you're going to get that sort in every community, I guess. You know,
Hmm,
wanderlust and all that sort of thing.
I guess.
Thing of don't judge a book by its cover, I guess. I mean, some of the
Judge an individual, not a
I
species.
mean, I should have thought about it, but maybe it might have been beneficial to send him to Nut's little
Sorry.
dragon cove
Yeah.
under the city. Like, potion maker across the kobolds there would have gone down well, especially with Nut.
I mean,
Just
As you
create a
think
whole
that
we
you
have
really-
met him now.
as you think that, Xandal, you consider the chaos that both an inventor and an alchemist could get up to together.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that might be it. Especially
Maybe
chaotic
not.
kobolds. Maybe that wouldn't be
This is what I call an explosive thrower.
You could just,
It's Molotov cocktails, just.
you could just imagine Nut having adapted his new metallic arm with a nozzle and like basically like napalm.
Alchemist fire, like, oh my god.
I'm picturing after the whole AI incident, like GLaDOS with also the neurotoxin and everything. Like,
Here's some deadly neurotoxin.
We've made this orange gel. It doesn't taste of orange, but it makes you go really fast.
just remember, don't lick the moon rocks.
Right, push your lemons. No.
Okay, I guess we continue on.
Okay. As you continue on, you eventually, as night falls, find a nice little bit on the edge of the road underneath the lee of a small tree that's growing out of the mountain to set up your camp. And with an alpactivate, you set up the camp and settle down for an evening as Ultgard again pulls out his papers and begins sketching his maps.
Well, at least I managed to stay stood up for a day.
Yes.
Hey,
done.
seems like
Proud of
your seems like your enemies have either used up a lot of their expendable resources already, or they're waiting to play another ambush somewhere.
I would think it
Would
would be
not
the latter.
surprise me.
Val's just in the corner and he's just taking out a sheet of paper and hands it to Vienna for standing up all day. And he's roughly ripped a little star and drawn a smiley face on it.
That could be seen as slightly what's the word?
I mean,
Patronizing.
Demeaning, patronizing.
you know.
I mean, it makes a change. It's usually you, Val. So
I know.
pot kettle black.
It's my smiley face. Because I haven't gone down for once.
You can take your curse back if you like, Val.
No, he's got the pendant to keep him still going.
Typical, he's got the pendant and now he stays alive. I'll try not to make too much of a habit of it, but...
Yeah, you're like a champion. We have to hold ourselves to a higher standard.
Not that I haven't been trying.
I mean, have you seen me?
I was going to say, I think that's officially what nearly everyone
Most
here.
of us do is we're trying. It's just, it doesn't always work that way.
As far as I'm aware, Val's gone, I've gone, you've gone, Ert's gone. Just Dahlia and
I
Blossom to go.
probably still trump you guys on how many times I've died. Just,
Oh, wait, yeah,
this
she's
version
definitely
of me hasn't died yet.
So it's just Blossom who manages
Just
to stay
Blossom.
alive.
I imagine everyone just turns around and looks at her like,
You're
turn.
next.
It's all that fish. It leads to a long life.
Yeah. Saw that Omega, what was it? Omega 3.
Omega-3, yeah.
Good for the joints.
Okay. All the blood, I guess.
I'm assuming it's the usual two taking watches.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll join in.
Check my mirror as I invest, and then do my investigation and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, well, no, perception, sorry, isn't it?
Yeah,
for,
perception,
a watch.
yeah,
Don't know
for a
why I was
watch.
checking investigation. Oh, reliable talent. I fucking love reliable
I'll have
talent.
my
so
guys here though as well.
much. 21.
There we go.
Oh,
Because
man.
they're all put in night.
Okay. So, as you you glance at the mirror, Talia, and you see Gunter asleep in bed.
No.
Obviously, got an early night.
I'll blow my kiss that you can't see, and then I'll put the mirror away, and then...
Okay. As the night progresses, nothing of interest happens. No dragon battles over the peaks.
Cool.
No passing kobolds or infiltrating assassins. Just the night wind in the mountains chilling your bones and making you draw a little closer to the fire. And as dawn breaks on the fourth day, you all get up, set up to take down your camp, eat a breakfast, and set off down along the road for hopefully the last leg. As Ultgard goes, "We've actually made better time than I thought. There is a chance we may get there today, depending on what happens." Someone want to roll the
Okay.
d20 for me?
Has anybody not rolled?
I don't think so, has it?
I haven't, and I don't think Reese has.
Yeah, I
No, Reese rolled first. It's just you.
It's all on
Just
you.
me. 11?
11!
Okay.
We had 11?
Okay. Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
As you head further along this road, you still have to take the time to marvel at the engineering of the dwarves who made this. As even over hundreds of years, this road is standing strong and is still easy to progress down. And as you do so, at about mid-morning, you begin to hear something on the wind. It starts slowly at first and quietly, but as you move further, it begins to echo and reverberate off of the various rocks and mountains around you, as this hauntingly beautiful singing
Oh,
begins
no.
to come into all of your ears. I need everyone to make me a wisdom
Harpies?
saving throw, please.
What saving throw, sorry?
Wisdom.
I was going to say who's got low wisdom before you roll, but never mind.
My wisdom
You get plus
is
3.
awful.
Oh, it's fine. 22.
I'm assuming this is against charm, so Hacker and
Yep.
Oh wait.
Really remain.
Yeah, is it against charmed? Sorry.
It is against the charm effect, yes.
That is a point.
Oh, do drows have the same buffs as elves? Because they can't
Yeah.
be charmed.
It can be charmed. I think.
Oh,
I just
but you have
rolled,
advantage against
advantage,
being
I
charmed.
think.
Yeah.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, I think I got advantage just last level. I don't know if there's any conditions on that. I'll check.
I mean, he rolled a nat 20, so...
well,
Yeah.
well,
Fey Ancestry, you have advantage on saves against being charmed, and magic can't put you to sleep.
Yes,
So
same
I
as
do have
elves.
advantage.
Aaron knows. Look at him.
Fucking harpies or sirens or...
As the rest of you hear this
Oh.
singing, you feel something try to worm its way into your minds, but you manage to shrug it off.
Oh, please.
Xandal, your
Yes.
mind becomes clouded and foggy, and all you know is that you have to head towards the source of this singing as quickly and as directly as possible.
Okay,
And
and we
that
need to roll for
means-
Pegasus as well.
Yes, you would need to roll for the Pegasus.
Do we notice that Xandal is acting weird?
I would say not immediately. Yep, Pegasus is
Hmm.
fine. Yeah, so Xandal, including throwing yourself off the road, with all your resources, you have to head towards this singing.
Yep. I'm just gonna.
Yeet!
Yep.
Leroy
Yeah.
joking!
So the rest of you watch as Xandal breaks from the group and begins heading towards the side of the road.
Xandal?
I'm assuming at full pelt.
Yeah, so that's what with
Yeah.
a dash 50 feet.
So the rest of you all get one reaction to try and do something here because Xandal is going full pell towards
Can
the
I
edge
just
of the road.
try and grapple him? Just like throw myself at him and knock him to the ground.
Go ahead, make a athletics check versus Xandal's athletics or acrobatics.
Don't I have advantage against athletics?
No.
Oh no, that's saves, I think.
Better at that.
13. Okay, you do manage to lunge and grab Xandal, but Xandal,
What are
You
you doing?
you will fight her. You will try and get. You will do everything you can to get
If
towards the
Tully has
singing.
managed to drop him to the ground, I think I'm just going to try and run over and help grapple him, really.
Yeah. Xandal, what do you do? Like I say, them doing
In
this
fact,
has not broken the charm. You are still wanting to get.
Someone
Today-
punch him in the face! Someone punch him in the face!
I was
I'll
going to say,
punch
can
him.
I just put my hand over his ears?
Well,
I-
hang on,
I would-
I
I think
need
he has to take
Xandal's,
damage.
I need Xandal's reaction to this first.
I would do the one thing that would essentially start sending me towards this voice, yeah?
You will do anything. You will fight attempts to stop you. You will do anything that you can to get towards that voice.
Got whatever that heals a fire or something is, and I don't know if you've got Misty Step as well.
He's got
Once a
expeditious
day.
retreat.
Once a day.
Come
You
on,
know
get
what's
on it.
good, don't you?
Are you
I'm trying to
using
read it.
Windwalk? Let me just double check. Does Windwalk have a casting time? Is it an action or is it longer?
I'm not sure. Let me have a look.
Casting time of 1 minute. So it will take
so
you
it
1
wouldn't be
minute to
that one.
cast.
Slap my hands around his mouth.
No, I wouldn't do it then because I know
Well-
the thingy.
Can I try and identify where the singing is coming from?
Make a perception check with advantage because it's hearing.
Yeah.
I need just bear with me. I'm just double checking what I've got.
13.
13. Most you can tell it's not from anywhere close by. You get the feeling that this is a group of harpies and they're using the like
Oh, the acoustics.
how the mountains are to make their voices go further, and you get you know what harpies are like. They're scavengers as much as they are hunters. The more stuff that throws itself down chasms and ravines, they can go pick it clean later.
Bear with me. I got to learn more about this book. My spells aren't set for that one.
So he's not doing the windwalk thing?
No,
No.
but still giving him a chance to do his reaction if he wants to do one.
Right. Is it just a reaction or?
Basically, you get an action as a reaction to what's just happened before anyone else can do anything.
Okay. An action as a reaction. Blink.
Blink. Okay, you all watch as Xandal disappears from out of Talia's arms.
For God's sake, why is it always Xandal?
As Xandal disappears into the ethereal plane for the duration of the blink.
True sight.
Yeah, as you activate True Sight, you see...
I have to roll the d20 first, so...
Oh, yeah.
Just see if I
Oh,
do.
you did the thing, but I can see you in the ethereal plane with True Sight.
11... on a roll of 11 or higher.
Yep. So he vanishes into the ethereal plane, but with True Sight, you can see him as he runs through the ethereal plane towards the edge of the thing. But obviously, in the
I'll
ethereal
point
plane,
to where he is.
in the ethereal plane, the edge of the road's not there.
Right.
It's...
I'll give chase because obviously I'm the only one that can see him. And I was
Yeah.
like, I can see him. Follow me.
Yeah, the rest of you just watch Talia just running after nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
He's in the ethereal plane. He's in the ethereal plane.
Is there a way we can get him back?
Hearing
I don't know.
hearing that, can I also cast Blink?
If you
Because
have Blink, you can
I
cast
have a Blink spell that was cast into... Was it Mortimer?
Mortimer. Yeah,
Oh,
you
yes,
can
it
cast.
was,
You can
yeah.
cast that Blink from Mortimer. Yeah.
Yep.
So
And I've got to roll a
roll
d20.
the
then.
d20. Yeah, on 11 or higher, you go to the ethereal plane. Yep, Val, you blink into the ethereal plane. Talia, you now see two shimmery, waving versions of
Whoa.
Val and Xandal. Val, you see Xandal, and you're in this weird plane. Like, there's no longer the mountains or the things around
Dread
you. You
think
can
what
see
horrors
them.
are in here.
You can see those things there as like this shimmering, almost like through a colored water. You can see that surroundings, but it's not your current surroundings. You can see your friends as if they are distorted and slightly blurry around the edges. Xandal is the only one who looks solid, and you can see him running towards what would be the edge of the road.
I run and tackle him.
Go ahead,
Perhaps
athletics
ethereal
check
jaunt.
versus athletics or acrobatics from Xandal.
Hit him! That's how you break charm. Just slap him.
You go to grab him, and Xandal shows more acrobatic skill than you've ever seen as he just leaps and backflips over your outreached arms and pushes off of your head to launch towards the edge.
Breath weapon.
I think just let him go.
Oh, yeah,
Let him
you
fall
breath
off the edge
weapon.
and we'll resurrect him.
Yeah.
Or whatever we do.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Xandal,
Sorry, that was the
dexterity
I
saving
Manic
throw.
and effective, yeah, no, I get it. Vienna would totally say that.
Yeah.
Would I not get a turn first? Because he's essentially...
No. Not in. Yeah, you would get a turn first, I suppose.
Yeah, because...
I mean, Val did something he would...
Haste.
You cast haste on yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Val, you get a chance to react to this if you have anything to react with. I don't know whether you do. You don't have Mage Slayer or Counterspell, so...
He does have haste, though.
Can you not Featherfall? And then at least he gets to the ground safely.
Val doesn't have Featherfall.
Yeah, he doesn't, and he's in the ethereal plane at the moment, so no, I can see them, but I can't do anything. Val's the only one that can do anything right now.
Yeah.
Unless he can
Yeah,
knock him out.
as you cast your haste
Start
and
my turn, I'd have appeared back into the
material
mortal
plane.
plane.
Yep.
But at the end of my turn, I'm still in the material plane.
Yep. As you all watch this hasted Xandal throw himself off the edge of the road.
Bolts from the grave.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll your attack roll.
Bolts from the grave is not a weak spell. Where? It pisses me off that it is not under spells. I don't know. To me, it's a spell.
It's an
and
ability.
it makes it nearly impossible for me to fucking find it half the time. Where? Oh, there you are. 29.
29. I'm assuming that hits Sandal.
Fuck, 23.
Yeah.
You take
Necrotic
23
damage.
points of damage and you snap out of it just as you look down into a ravine under you.
Oh,
Just
you
snap
begin
out
to
of
fall.
it!
And you begin to fall.
Vienna! Quick!
Yeah, I was kind of following Talia, so I would have
Oh.
gone to.
I'm sure someone's
how
got
far's
fall,
the
right?
ravine?
How far is he falling? Like,
Or was
By
that
this point, he will have fallen 30 odd feet past the edge of the road.
down from the wings, I'm flying down to grab him.
Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Because would I know from the blink how to get back?
Yep. So you blink
Yeah.
back at the start of your next turn. So you've blinked back by this point. You're back in the
Okay.
material
Grab
plane.
him! Someone grab him!
So as Talia jumps over the edge,
However,
I'll also jump over the edge.
Sandal,
No, if you
roll
jump
a
first, I'm not doing it.
d20 because that's
I'm not-
technically the end of your turn.
I'm not
Are you
ramping
going
the
to
wings
blink
if I
back
don't
to the
need to.
ethereal plane?
Oh no, I rolled it. I
No,
got
he
to
said that he was in the
material.
material
yeah.
plane and that he stayed.
Yeah. So yeah.
And then I
Val?
hit him with the thing, so Val will get him.
So
I'm
Val,
not
you're
jumping the
flying
wings.
to grab him.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. You grab him. However, you now need to roll a d20 to see if you stay in the material plane.
Can you not just drop
Yes.
the spell?
Okay.
Yeah. Can
Yeah.
you not just
No,
drop the spell?
blink. Blink's not I don't think blink's
Oh.
concentration.
It's not concentration, but you can drop it.
I was
Yeah,
going to
it's
say,
just
you
got a
should be able to just
duration.
end the spell.
I just thought it'd be so funny if Val just catches him, like Sandal's like, yes,
Yeah.
I'm safe.
Yeah, you've got to dismiss the spell as an action. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but you can actively stop a spell if
But
it's
yeah.
in-
But so Val, you fly Sandal back across onto the road.
You back with this big guy?
yeah. What the hell happened?
So, sorry I hurt you. Here, let me not make up for the amount of damage I did, but I will cast it all in
Make an
you.
attempt.
4. Did 23, but I cured 4, so yeah. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Just happy off with it.
Haste is concentration, isn't it? So I need to make a con save anyway. Either way, I'm going to be dropping it soon.
Yeah.
well,
So
Yeah.
he'd have the effects of haste dropping, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
is it
the
exhaustion?
one. Yeah, the exhaustion.
we want to see if we can deal with the harpies because that's it's
Gonna
quite
get
really
annoying, unless
dangerous
we-
to-
Well,
Well,
at
I'm
this
managed
point,
to block
thinking
the
it's
hearing
just
out.
a very
You-
dangerous thing for.
I think if you
anyone to
pass
have
it, you're immune to it for 24 hours, aren't
Yeah.
you?
so you
It's
are
only
all now.
Sandal that will need to make.
You are
another
all
save.
now immune, including Sandal because he's been snapped out
I didn't
of
know.
it.
I didn't know whether it counted if you were.
In this case, you are immune now, all of you,
Okay, cool.
for 24 hours.
I go back to a previous idea we had. Collar, lead, Emily. keep
Yeah,
Sandal.
that seemed like Sandal needs to be contained. He's a risk to himself.
as I drop the haste spell and the blink spell, I just go, go on that.
You know, you're making it really hard to keep you alive sometimes, you know? Like, Finri would be really cross with us if something happened to you. Could you, like, not keep doing that?
At least don't die a stupid death.
Yeah, like, at least die heroically.
He's
Yeah.
like a mechanical suit that can just be recalled if he tries to run off in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Wrong trousers, Gromit.
I just realised what would have stopped the entire thing so quickly, but it wouldn't have worked because I'd have needed. No, Emily can act autonomously.
She just tased you.
No, all she'd have had to have done was EMP.
Oh yeah.
It'd have negated it.
The thing is,
Oh,
well.
that don't happen unless you Tell her to do it.
Ultgard goes,
I
right,
could have
well,
used Curse of Binding as well. That'd reduce your speed to 0.
It's nice that we all think of these things
yeah.
after
After
the
they've
fact,
happened.
not during
Yeah.
the whole panic. Yeah.
Ultgard goes, if we get moving and get out of this area, we'll not be able to hear them anymore anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
I
get out
can't
of
be
here.
bothered to go harpy hunting. Let's hurry.
Let's get out of here.
As you continue onwards for the rest of the day, nothing else untoward happens. And as you crest over a rise in the road and turn a corner, you had been seeing this mountain get closer and closer. But now you see the end of the road. You see this larger mountain with these golden colored veins running through it. And standing at the end of the road where you are coming towards, you see what looks like a plaza with overgrown gardens and parks and broken bits of masonry here and there. As you see now, you are just about to arrive at the Golden Mountain and the Jeweled City. And that is a good place, I think, to
Yes.
end. So,
Yes,
I
yes.
hope you've all enjoyed. Bit of combat, bit of randomness, bit of fun. Unsure when the next session is going to be. Keep an eye on socials. We obviously all have to have a discussion and figure out availabilities. We've done fairly well on availability this month, but next month I have a couple of availability issues. But we will obviously.
Yeah, there's one weekend I won't be able to do it because we'll come to visit you. So.
Yeah,
and
we
LARP
will-
season is coming up, so
we will all have a discussion and figure out
Yeah.
our scheduling, and we'll post it in the usual socials.
Meantime,
and-
go and follow Dyson Mimic's side quest, where we
Yay.
post
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
repo gaming clips.
The
Yeah,
chaos
'cause
of
even-
repo.
Even if like 2 or 3 of us aren't available for D&D, we'll probably end up playing Repo or some other
we're going to
game,
be
and
playing
we're going to
games. We're
Or
going to
Leaf
start
Company, or
we're
some
starting
of
to
it,
take
yes, of
clips and stuff, and it's just a bit of fun and a bit of extra content for you guys. But yeah, until next time, guys, please enjoy your own games, be safe in your own lives, and ciao for now.
Janet.
Bye.
Bye.